Okay na. Gusto ko yan. What's up? And good evening.
Good evening, Ace.
What's up,
Good
my
evening,
man?
mga Herald Bedans.
Mga Herald the Vedas. Siya si Cyril Sorongon.
At ito si Ace.
And this is That
97.
Show.
Sound effects.
nilabas ko to kay Getty minsan, nagulat siya. What's up, Sai? Kamusta ang iyong week?
Kamusta?
How's your weekend?
It was eventful. How was yours?
Okay din. Masaya din siya, masaya. Maraming kwentuhan, maraming inuman. Marami na inom, actually.
Maraming revelation.
Medyo weird na yung mga revelation.
Masarap yung Santoria, pinagmamalaki ko kay
Solid yun. Shout out to Strong Zero. Pero hindi yung Strong Zero yung natikman mo eh, yung isa yung natikman mo. Pero yung Strong Zero, solid yun.
Sige, next time.
Announcement muna tayo, Sai. Start of the podcast.
Before we dive into the heart of the matter.
Before we get into everything. 2022, San Beda College Alabrang is celebrating its golden founding anniversary this July. 50 years na. SBECA invites all alumni for another 50th activity, Bingo Night, on May 27, Friday, 7 p.m. via Zoom. Details are in Once Abedan, Always Abedan Facebook page. For 250 pesos, you get a bingo card good for 5 games. 5 games. Deadline of purchase is on May 25. That's this Wednesday na deadline of purchase. May 29.
Saan nabibili?
Ang details daw is on Once Abedan, Always Abedan Facebook page. Andun daw yung details on how you can purchase for 250 pesos. 5 games yon. It will be sorry. Ano tong okay. Sorry. May isa pang announcement. Pero speaking of 50esta, thank you to those who attended the 50esta Zumba last Friday. Our very own Ana Isip. Congratulations to her. She nabbed the Best Dressed Award for female.
Wow.
Medyo tumodo sa 80 si Ana. And ang nanalo sa male si Kuya Kiko. Kung naalala niyo si Kuya Kiko sa ating mga retreat. Siya isa sa mga facilitators ng retreat natin, upper batch. Si Kuya Kiko, congratulations to him. We would like to invite everyone on May 29, Sunday, 11 a.m. in Alabang. The venue is to be announced for the Bene 97 Batch General Assembly. It will be face-to-face in Alabang. Thinking about Molito, thinking about Town Center, we'll see. Pero within the area lang. So kung sino gusto mag-attend for the General Assembly, Batch 97 General Assembly, please attend this Sunday, May 29, 11 a.m. We also have a public launch event, SBCA at 50, Once Abedan, Always Abedan, on August 12 to 14 in Alabang Town Center Activity Center. So that's the area between Burger King and National Bookstore. It's the area between Cotton On ba yun? Cotton On and California
Mango.
Pizza Kitchen. It's the area between Mango and Rustan's. Okay, yun. Basta yung area doon. Once Abedan, Always Abedan, public launch event, SBCA at 50. And of course, yung ating 2022 Grand Alumni Homecoming of SBCA Alumni Association. That's on December 3, Saturday. December 3, Saturday. Sure na, kaya uwi na. That will be in San Beda, Alabang. Tama kayo, diba? That will be in Bene. And of course, we have Bene 97 25th year high school batch reunion. That's an exclusive party for us in batch 97. December 4, Sunday. All right. Having said that, we can start the podcast. But before we say anything, bago tayo ma-incriminate, Sai, kailangan natin ng disclaimer. Just as a reminder, this podcast will have curse words. will or may. Discussions may include sex, substances, and other sensitive topics. Statements and opinions expressed in this podcast do not in any way represent San Beda College Alabang or any other learning institution. So, baka may mga masabi tayo tonight na yung iba hindi makagets. So before we get to our guests, Sai, for this evening, we have a nice episode planned for this evening.
Yeah, Sige.
Go ahead.
I wanted to introduce the event. I wanted to introduce the podcast properly and why we're doing this. Specifically this episode. So the heart of this episode kasi is actually I won't even say it's controversial, but it's more some concerning to some of the batchmates. Like when we announced this, they were saying, seryoso ba kayo sa gagawin niyo? Parang ganyan. Parang seryoso kayo na gusto ito yung yung plano niyo, parang ganun. So but in all honesty, the heart of the episode talaga is to, since we're all at that age na nakaraan na yun di ba? But we want it to be an enlightening episode in such a way that our eyes can be open to the past, in such a way that we can move forward, being aware of what happened before, and I'm sure that a lot of us also are parents already. So in terms of talking about experiences on both sides of the coin, it would be nice if, di ba, to be aware of such things para we can also be observant of our kids, like what's happening with their lives, di ba? So we hope this episode will be, eye-opening and educational, and it will be also fun for everybody. And we're really kulang pa, pero wala pa I think isang guest, but I'm sure or one of our guests is already listening. I'd like to express my gratitude for saying yes to this, for saying yes to our podcast, because kumbaga may pinanggagalingang magandang place, kumbaga, guys. Yun.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying. It's kumbaga parang let's be frank about it. It's parang medyo cautionary, or sorry, not cautionary. Medyo cautious yung iba in terms of what may be discussed today. But I think si Anna touched on it a bit last episode, and I wanna give props to Anna for I don't know if she wanted to get a message across, or if she wanted to say some to say how she felt about yung what she shared dun sa last episode about she bullied somebody in our batch. She didn't mention na kung sino, pero I think what she wanted to convey was yung until now it's still not good for her. Kumbaga it's not sitting well with her until now what she did, no. Sabi ko nga sa kanya, we were all completely different people then. Of course hindi natin kakalimutan yung kung sino tayo, but I think all of us have different memories or different feelings about our actions and decisions when we were in grade school and high school. Pero yun na, si Anna shared nga na it doesn't sit well with her, and nagkaroon siya ng incident where yung daughter naman niya yung nabully, and she shared how she went through that, how she got through that part of her life and her life ng daughter din niya. So if you want to get a bit more on that, you can watch the previous episode on YouTube. You can catch us. You can catch the episode on YouTube. Pero for this one, Sai, so sabi mo nga, to be honest, I think ako rin mismo, I'll probably learn a little bit more about our guests din today. I really that's why we set this one up, kasi nga we wanted to hear from their perspective naman, 'di ba? On how high school was. And I really want to do more of this in the future episodes, yung mga hindi natin na get to know na people. We've talked about this side, 'di ba? Na gusto
Mm.
natin makakilala yung mga hindi natin nakakahalubilo masyado na batchmates natin.
Yeah,
Sige,
400 tayo. 400
400, 'di
tayo
ba?
eh. So, I
So,
mean,
maraming opportunity dun sa mga hindi kilala.
oo, I mean, kahit pa Mr. Congeniality ka or something, I mean, hindi mo talaga mata-touch base in lahat ng ano eh. So, yun. So, parang hopefully this can be a platform to be able to do that also. Yun. Sige.
I have to be honest din kasi when we got together nung weekend with sila Getty and sila Jai. Sabi ko there's a chance na it might be a serious episode. Not serious but it's we might touch on some more serious topics. But I think din naman I think there still will be some light stories na mapapagkwentuhan din natin
Oo
with our
naman. I
guests.
mean, from that time naman kasi up to now, that's 25 years of good stories to be had, 'di ba? So ako, I'm looking forward to that. Yun.
Nice. Pero okay. Ano lang muna, parang pang icebreaker lang din natin. What did you think about the episode last week?
Well,
Napa-join ka eh. Napa-join ka
ha?
bigla eh. Napa-join ka bigla eh.
Oo. I mean, pagod na ako mag-type eh. But ano kasi noon eh. I mean, prior to that naman sabi ko, I'll try to, I'll tune in, di ba? But yun nga, later on, I figured andun na rin ako eh. Sabi kaya parang best na to get a link and join the fun and learn a lot from Ana and her
I think you learned
tutorials.
a lot. I especially learned a lot from Ana, especially some styles that I did not know about that can result into
How to get
different gender reveals.
to make a boy.
Sabi nga ni Ana, ano daw eh. Kasi we were drinking from the start of the episode last week. And sabi ni Ana, yung last 40 minutes daw, hindi na daw niya maalala. So she had to rewatch the next day nung sober na siya. So, if you're listening, Ana, nasa huli ang pagsisisi.
Yun. Tapos, ano pala, yung 'di ba yung Saturday natin. So yung ibang tao missed it eh. I mean, nakakatawa like nung Sunday I bumped into some of our batchmates. Sabi ko, "Uy, okay yung nakita ko yung sabi ko, sayang wala kayo." Sabi niya, kumbaga, long story short, sabi ko, in-announce namin nung podcast. Parang ganoon, parang sana nakapunta kayo. Sabi niya, oo nga eh, wala pa naman akong ginagawa kagabi. Parang, alam mo yung parang ganoon. So we do hope like in our coming get-togethers, sana maka-join kayo guys. And we're hoping na yun nga, kumbaga kung meron tayong nung high school, yung interbarkada basket, interbarkada tayo get together, parang ganoon. 'Di ba?
Oo nga. Tsaka yun nga parang it was good to it's good to have other people then come in para para may ibang mga kwento din. And hopefully sa podcast magawa din natin yan na may mga ibang people din dito.
Yep.
Sayang, may konting disappointment ako for this episode. I tried different styles to stalk and to hunt down ang ating one of our batchmates na we really wanted to be in this episode.
Sabi ni Getty kung pagtsagaan daw niya, mahanap naman daw niya, pero
Since
Getty
hindi niya
naman eh.
nahanap, ibig sabihin, hindi niya pinagtiyagaan. Ay, son, Getty. Joke lang, joke lang. No, but still, I think this episode will still be, well, I don't, syempre, mahirap magsabi ng, before mangyari, pero, tuloy lang natin yung kwentuhan and, I think we can, I think we can really learn
Yeah,
from this
exciting
episode.
to, exciting to. Ako, I'm looking forward to it.
Sige. Sige, Sai, since ang first guest natin is already here and ano siya, you mentioned na isa mo siyang busmate.
Yes.
So, baka gusto mo na siyang i-intro. Ma-intro mo na siya.
Yes, ang isang so our first guest is one of my neighbors before. Oo, 'di ba? One of my neighbors I think hindi ko sure kung naging busmate din kami or something, but she was also my classmate. So she was also my classmate. So may experience din ako. And hopefully kanina nga throughout the day I was thinking I would really hope na she would also still remember me as someone who was nice to her. So yun yung dahil I mean I remember classmates nga kami noon. So kumbaga steady. So without further ado, we'd like to introduce our first guest. Sige, Ace, take it away.
Miss Bianca von Muhfeld.
Hi. Oo.
Kinorek pa ako ni Kay. Mali pala yung spelling ko nung una kong tinype yung last name mo. Sorry about that. Hi, Bianca. Hi, Bianca.
Hello.
What do you call this? Well, actually, it's mabukat na. I told you,
Yes,
Ace,
yeah.
diba? I got,
Yes.
I got married like 4 years ago. So,
Yeah.
tawag mo rito. Yeah. So, ayun, and then I'm here now I'm here in Los Angeles because that's where Maki lives. So ayun, it's mga 6 plus in the morning now.
Wow.
So it's
Thank
a
you
good
so
thing.
much, Bianca.
Huh?
Thank you for
waking up for
thanks
us.
for
You're
joining
welcome.
us.
You're welcome. Oo.
Thanks for
So,
waking up extra early just to talk to two idiots.
I'm normally awake naman, but buti nga this time I was like, I don't know, for some reason napasarap tulog ko, and then I woke myself up, and then I woke myself up, and then I saw 5:58. Okay, I better log on na. So ayun. I've been waiting. So of course I remember you. You were so funny. Grabe.
Yeah,
You were
grabe talaga
of
si
course
Sai.
I remember
Lahat na
you,
lang.
ha?
Lahat na lang ng girls gusto si Sai. Yun yung pansin namin. In the 9 episodes that we've been doing, lahat ng babae, they all like Sai rin talaga.
Oo naman, kasi he's so funny. Until now pa naman, I remember, kasi I love dogs, so I never forgot this thing he sent me on Facebook, yung dog fight. Do you remember the one you sent me, Sai? Yung dog fight, tas dalawang tuta in reality, like dalawang newborn na tuta. So
Handa ka na siguro, Bianca, magalit noon. Dog
Huh?
fight? Ano dog fight to? Tapos huwag dalawang tuta pala.
No, I adored it. Oo. So, tawag mo rito, kumusta? How are you, Sai? Oh my goodness, I hear you're nagdi-DJ ka and, like with international brands. That's what Random tells me. Sandali Huh?
Sige.
Totoo ba yun, Sai?
Yeah, okay lang. Ano naman? Yeah, mostly music pa rin. That's my line of work talaga. So I produce music
Okay.
for
No, that's why nga. You
So-
you collaborate with international brands and you do what do you call this? You guys, can you hear something at the background?
No.
Wala
No, we're
naman.
fine,
Okay,
we're fine.
sige, dito
Yeah,
na
we're
lang
okay.
ako.
Tama-tama sunrise. Maganda yung sunrise dyan.
Okay, so ayun, you collaborate with different brands, soundtracks or something like that. That's what Random tells me. Dino,
Yeah.
that's what Dino
Dino,
tells
yes.
me.
Mga ganyan. But yeah, we're here for you. So
Okay.
ikaw ang ano.
Okay.
So what are you doing now? Kamusta? Anong
Ako,
what's up?
what do you call this? as you guys can guess, I launched my personal chef business. So, what do you call this? It's been fun. I've had clients where I've had to work with multiple restrictions like nut allergies, allergies to milk, allergies to chocolate, and to me, it might not be fun to you guys, but to me, oh my goodness, I working with multiple restrictions is so much fun to me. So yun, tapos
Galing. So
nag-special.
it's challenging. It's a challenge yung if somebody
Yeah,
has
pero
allergies and
oo,
like me, I'm lactose sensitive. Hindi ako I cannot eat a lot of dairy products.
talaga? Oo,
Yeah. Oo.
madali lang yan dito sa States. I just don't know how hard it is over there.
Dito madali lang din. Lumalayo naman sila sa akin pagka nakakain ako ng
Buka lang sa CR. Madali lang man. Magaling
CR.
ka lang ng CR.
Tambay lang ako ng mga 5 minutes, 15 minutes sa CR. Yun na naman. No, but so it's a personal chef. That's what that's the
Yes.
kind of genre ba tawag doon?
Yes,
Industry.
because as I
Industry mo.
explained to you, Ace, no, ang catering kay Meldanan yan. If you can ask her all about that. But that's like big events. You know,
Multiple
that-
people
what I-
talaga madami.
Yeah, what I do is
Tagal ko na
really
hindi naririnig si Meldanan. Okay,
yeah, what
sorry.
I do is like
Shout out
hen
Meldanan.
parties, dinner parties. Although nakapaggawa na rin ako sa isang mini-series.
Wow.
And yun nga, yung nga
Oh.
sinasabi ko, that was hard.
Sa set?
Kasi
Is it on the set of a series? Is that what Is
ano
that what you
pa?
meant?
Ano?
On a set? On a set of a
Yeah,
series? That what yun?
oo.
Oh.
So, and then grabe yun kasi I had to make a menu for yung mga hindi talaga kumakain ni man lang animal products. So, you know, vegetables and walang animal products. Is merong kumakain ng meat, merong, oh my goodness, may lactose intolerance, sabay-sabay. Alam mo yun?
That would be something na, may in one dinner, there would be somebody who would absolutely love meat, or there could even be people na on a carnivore diet na hindi sila kumakain ng gulay, has to be just meat, and then kasabay nila vegan. I mean,
so I
kung
had
ako
to
yun,
make hiwalay. Hindi, ginawa ko.
yeah.
So, ang ginawa ko, I mean, it was hard at first. I mean, I had to, of course, navigate yung ano ba yung pwede kainin, ano hindi. Pero syempre, since it was like catering for a set, so it wasn't that hard in the sense na, for example, the first day ginawa ko, I don't know if you guys know what a parmigiana is, but it's basically you just bake eggplant and chicken breast in cheese, no? And so that's what I did. Kasi syempre, some of them eat meat, some of them don't. So yun ang ginawa ko. So parang ganon, you know? I mean, like simple na, you know, mga, and then I just had to keep in mind kasi iba-ibang araw din. So like Mondays would be the vegan and the people that eat meat. Tuesdays yung mga lactose intolerant, parang ganon. So you know, the next day I did fish. Nag-grill kami ng fish. That was the next day. What was that? The next day that was pizza. So isang plant-based, isang hindi. You know,
what I'm
meat.
curious about is how did you end up doing that?
Okay.
Oo.
Okay. Kasi remember the pandemic, right? So, during the pandemic, my brother-in-law almost had a near fatal heart attack. Imagine. Kasi parang he wouldn't imagine he's sleeping. He's obese na nga, and then he would eat pa crispy pata. You think that's normal, 'di ba? So yun, he got admitted to the hospital. He had a near fatal heart attack. And his daughter decided, sige, I'll give you these meal kits. And then you know, so my in-laws are very good cooks. Pero they don't want to learn anything new na. So gusto nila panay Filipino food. Since panay American food na nasa meal kit. So they told me, you make lunch and dinner. So I did. And I fell in love with it. Pero you guys, pero alam mo, it was so weird. Before I couldn't even boil water. I was like, I married Maki. Wala akong kaalam-alam. So, I don't know. I mean, it was just, I'm sure you've heard of stories that during the pandemic, people learn a certain skill and they just,
Yes. Mm.
so they just run off with it. So that was what happened to me. And it's,
Galing.
and I absolutely love it. I mean, even if I have to work through restrictions, like I remember I had a client, nuts, eggs, and chocolate. Those were his talagang allergic. And then
Wow.
gusto pa nila plant-based. And then one of my recipes had cheese kasi it was tofu scramble. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's like scrambled eggs, but instead you use tofu. You just put turmeric so that it comes out as yellow.
Wow.
So I had to go around looking for plant-based cheese that didn't have nuts. So that was a bit of due diligence talaga. Kasi sometimes, kasi more, I don't know if you guys are familiar with plant-based, but plant-based means, uh, it means you don't use any animal products at all.
Yes, yes. Mm.
So and then so vegan cheese, syempre they use it with nuts and things like that. It's not cheese. So you have to be careful then because even if it's plant-based, you have to look at the ingredients because a lot of them use nuts. Diba? So
Mm.
imagine if my customer were to eat that, yung may nut allergy. So ayun, it
How
was a bit hard because a lot of plant-based cheeses use nuts.
mm.
So,
How did
nadali
your
ako isa.
brother-in-law how did your brother-in-law take your cooking naman?
Okay naman, nagustuhan naman niya. As a
Mm.
matter of fact, sa kanya ako natuto ng I learned how to, I don't know if you guys know what a gumbo is. It's sort of like a paella, but it's, you cook it in a really big pot.
Mhm.
Kind of parang sabaw, pero hindi rin, so soup. Pero parang hindi rin. I learned that from him. So,
Mm.
ayun, I learned I learned kung paano how to make, well, at least not the plant-based, the pizza from him, or the tomahawk steak. It's a steak that you kind of cook on a pan and then you bake. You finish it by baking in the oven. If you look at my
Mm.
Instagram page, you'll see all of that.
Mm.
Um, so yun,
So
I mean, he liked
how
it
is it
naman.
going now? Like your business is you're
Yun,
doing it
but
full time now?
what do you call this? I like what you said. Like what I said, I had my first launch, so I'm working on my second. So there, that's what I have to work on a bit. That but I don't know. I mean, I just uh
But you're gonna be doing it full time na kasi. That's why
uh
you're
well,
launching it or
you know what? There's also this other thing here that it's like a I don't know if you yeah, there is in the Philippines, right? So there's a note, I might also get into like notary. It really depends on how it goes. I might look into that also, because that's
Mhm.
the nice thing about both, is that syempre you can control your time, right? So
Mhm.
I'll check that. I'll see how it goes. And then I'll see if I can balance both, because you can make good money doing that also here, eh.
Yeah. So
So yun, then
for the benefit, yeah, for the benefit of the people watching. So before you got into this cooking
okay,
thing, what were you doing all these
I
years?
was teaching. I ever since after college, I was always teaching languages. So in the Philippines, so after college, I taught English to foreigners in the Philippines, and then I
Mhm.
went to Spain, and then there I taught
Kailan ka
English to
nag-Spain?
foreigners. It's always been something like that. And then
Okay.
when I went back to the Philippines, I taught Spanish to the college students, in a college,
Wow.
somewhere in Lipa, Lasal Lipa. And then
Spanish,
yeah,
okay.
I mean, I did a bit of translating, but mostly it was teaching. And then when I came here to the United States, I taught in a small language school in Hollywood. Pero yun
Mhm.
nga the pandemic happened. So after the pandemic happened, I mean, we all got laid off because the school's population got reduced from 100 to 10.
Exactly,
And
yeah.
then not just that, they had to study online. So
Online.
and then so that was what happened. And then a few months later, my brother-in-law had his near fatal heart attack. And my in-law said, since we're shelter in place anyway, and we don't want to learn new things, then you go and ikaw ang magluto lunch and dinner. So and
Mm.
then I fell in love with it. And yun nga, like what I said, it's really, it's, of course, it's strange and wonderful that how I can go from not knowing how to scramble eggs to being able to fall in love with cooking, to the point of even making a business out of it. So, and
Galing.
then speaking
Yeah.
of which, I'm thinking of making my second lunch in sometime in June, early June. So
Mm.
we just wish me luck. And I'm just yeah.
Congratulations.
So
In advance. Oh,
Yeah,
congrats.
congratulations in advance.
Did
thanks.
did you like consider also like since we're finding out you're a language teacher, it's like
Oh,
did you consider also doing it online and taking in students?
I was thinking about that, but I was also more focused on looking for customers to cook for, kasi because
Mm.
I've also been able to cook for I can't tell you who she is, but a YouTuber, in her house. So and then what do you call this, um yeah, I mean, I was there in one of her brainstorming sessions. So yeah, I want, and I still am looking into doing it, like, if you can cook at people's houses full time, because oh my goodness, the money is also really good there,
For
ah.
sure, yeah.
So
Nice.
ayun,
For sure.
that's what I focused on during the course of the pandemic. I mean, well, which is still ongoing here. It's still bad. I mean, it's not that bad anymore. Pwede nang hindi magmask. I hope it's better there, yung pandemic dyan.
Mm.
Well, we still need to wear masks everywhere. But hopefully it gets better soon.
Oo
Mukha
naman.
naman. We had, I don't know if you watched, we had a doctor's episode
Did
on the
you?
podcast.
I
Yeah.
don't remember that. Sino
We
ang nag-ano?
we had 5 doctors. You can catch it also. It's anong episode ba yun sa'yo? I think it's episode, I want to say 4.
That the same pandemic episode or something. I forgot.
Yeah. So we discussed that. We can discuss the
Oh yeah, I
Manila
remember.
situation. Yeah.
I remember that was with Jefferson Pagsisihan.
Yes,
Yes.
that's the
Tapos
one.
sino pa ba? Si Kathleen Miranda ba?
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
That's right.
Okay.
Yun, tama.
So yeah, we discussed that a bit back in that episode, and hopefully we're getting better.
Oo
Uh
naman, hopefully.
yeah. You mentioned that you mentioned kanina you fell in love with this business of yours, but you
Yeah.
also fell in love. Can you tell us more about your husband and how you met and
Oh my goodness, that was the funniest thing. Kasi he was very naughty in nagkakilala kami kinder pa lang, and he
Oh,
was very
wow.
naughty. And oh my god,
Saan?
he made
Saan?
he made my sister cry. Imagine, pinaiyak na yung sister ko over crayons, I think, hindi ko na maalala. And then so I got so mad, and I yelled at him. And ba't mo pinayak kapatid ko, ganyan. And then the teacher found out, and the teacher got mad at him and said, you're not having recess, hindi ka magre-recess ngayon. And then And then after school, my best friend naman, my best friend cornered him and yelled at him too. So he never forgot. And then imagine 20 plus years later, that was when he sends me a text on Facebook apologizing for everything that happened 20 plus years ago, which I didn't even remember anymore.
Nice.
So
Smooth.
tawag dito, so I remember asking him, did you go by another name before? Because I really didn't remember him.
Mm.
And then he said, no, yung name lang ng syempre. And then, we got to talking. And then that was when I remembered, at that point, that was when I remembered everything. It was like a horror movie. I remembered everything all at once. I
That's,
remembered the little
that's not a
boy and
good
all of
that's not a
that.
good impression of somebody
Huh?
who's asking you out.
I'm sorry, what?
That's not a good impression for somebody who's asking you out.
He
Parang
wasn't
naging
asking me out nung
horror.
una.
Okay, di
He
ba
was
pala? Okay.
kasi friends lang talaga. We were just chatting,
Okay.
ganyan. And then, so yun, I remember I was still in Austria visiting my sister. So we started chatting then. And then, we continued in Spain and then the Philippines. And then yun nga, we became, like, it was, we just really hit it off right away. And, we just really clicked on so many levels. And we became, best friends very quickly. We were best friends for about 3 years. And then, things escalated in a nice way, in a very nice way. And then, we became, boyfriend and girlfriend, but online. So it was like, it was also really hard because even with technology, I mean, I'm awake when he's asleep and vice versa, diba? So so it was hard. And then there, he visited me in the Philippines. And then about 2 years later, I think I visited him. That was about 4 years ago. And then his niece, who's a lawyer now, I explained it to Ace. His the brother-in-law I was telling you about, he got married about 24, and he's 19 years older than us. So, and he had his first kid like really soon. So she, this niece that I'm talking about is 35. She's 35 years old now.
Okay.
So, ayun, she's a lawyer na, and she told us, hindi immigration ang specialization niya dito, pero of course, may alam din siya, I'm sure, about immigration. So she said, kasi at that time it was Trump. So she said, if both of you are planning to get married already, because Trump is very strict on immigration. So, just do it already. And so we did. And then I was telling Ace, thank goodness we did, because imagine, with the pandemic and everything, diba, people in the Philippines, diba, they're having such a hard time getting here, yung mga nakapila sa
Yeah,
immigration.
nakaano talaga yun, oo.
So, I mean, I'm just really relieved, and then we're just really happy. We're going on 4 years now. 4 years kami. We're going on 4 years in July 6.
Mhm.
So there, I mean, I remember that because that's like 2 days after the 4th of July. So I'll always remember that. So there, I mean, like, we're really happy. And yeah, I mean, it's odd, it's funny how what do you call this, when you forgive someone, sometimes yung bariya na binibigay mo, it comes back in what, $100, right? I mean, like, if I hadn't forgiven him, this wouldn't have happened. So, pero of course, that was like, such a long time ago. How can you not forgive that, diba? Parang
Oo.
you have to be really juvenile to not forgive something that happened like donkeys years ago.
Tsaka nag-message siya
So,
sa'yo eh.
huh?
Di ba? Tsaka
What?
nagmessage siya sa'yo eh, di ba?
Yeah.
Oo,
He
di
was
ba?
the one who reached out.
Imagine to
Yun
just
yan
say
eh, oo.
sorry after 20 plus years. Kung ako yun, baka hindi na ako, I mean, like, it's been such a long time ago, why bother, diba? Pero he did. And he's so super honest, even if it's something that would cost him, ay naku, or even in the grocery store, even if it's just cents or a small item, sasabihin niya yun sa cashier, you forgot this,
Mm.
ganyan. So, yun, I mean, he's yeah, I'm really lucky. He really is my better half because he's
Nice.
more reasonable than me. He's much calmer than me, much more patient than me.
Tulog
So,
pa siya.
ayun,
Tulog pa siya.
huh? And
He's
then,
still asleep.
I mean, of course, you guys don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Pero between and I mean, you guys may not know me as a little more impatient, pero I'm the less patient one between the two of us. I think it maybe age has to do with it. I used to be much more patient before. But yeah, I remember but that's how it is. So ayun, how about you guys? With you, uh, anong bago na nangyayari sa inyo? I mean, I've been talking about myself this whole time.
Hey.
Sorry, I got carried
That's really-
away.
that's really-
No, it's
Sometimes
okay.
I do that.
Yeah, no,
You
no,
know,
no, no.
what do you call this?
That's why we did
The
this.
show is about you guys, not
Yeah.
about us. So
Oh,
okay
yeah,
yan.
yeah.
Okay.
No
Okay.
problem yan.
Wait lang, I
Sige.
don't know what's going on with my camera.
Sige,
So,
sige.
ayun.
Speaking of being patient,
Oo nga.
Ace, maybe,
Yeah,
we can also
our,
introduce.
our other guest has been patiently waiting then.
okay.
Yeah, so I'll
Oh,
bring on our second guest na rin so we can,
Okay, sure.
we can
More
talk
fun,
amongst
have
us
more
na rin
fun.
na,
Sure,
we
sure,
can
sure.
get, so you can ask questions then to our next guest. So
Okay.
anyway, our next guest is my busmate. So, meron tayong classmate isa my busmate. Unfortunately, hindi kami naging magkaklase ever. But yun na commonly well, I'll get into it later pag when she's on. Pero of course, she's a neighbor of mine and childhood friend, and really really happy that she'll be on in the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Angela Vallejo.
Oh
And
my
Doggy!
God, that's such a cute
Wow.
dog. What's
Super
the breed?
cutie.
Ay, pumuti
Chihuahua.
ka, Angela. Ha? Yung mga itim ka pa sa mata dito.
Medyo madumi. Medyo madumi.
Ang cute.
Endemic eh.
Oh, look at that. It's so
Super
sweet.
cute. Ano pangalan niya?
Polo.
Polo.
Yes. Polo
Hi,
Wolo
Polo.
Limran.
Hi,
Ang
Angela.
cute.
Long time no see.
Hi!
How are you doing?
Okay naman. I work from home. So this
What?
is my setup.
Sorry?
If you notice, I work from home. This is my setup sa home office ko. If you notice, puro K-pop nasa likod. Hayaan nyo na.
Yun.
Nice. So just to get it out of the way, I know both of you have some time constraints then tonight. Just let us know. Just let me and Sai know about kung if you need to go or whatever. Just let us know. It's a free flowing podcast naman with this live. And just let us know if there's also if the topics that we are discussing. We'll be telling stories about high school and grade school which are so long ago, and ang dami na nangyari between then and now. Will be based
it's
on
a podcast.
will be based on
what do you call this?
will be based these on memories and mga matagal na natin naranasan. Maybe yung memories nila nagbago na, so I'll need your help, and also may audience tayo. Meron tayong 14,000 viewers who will be
Wow.
piping in their comments.
Wow.
Naka-intimidate ko yung 14,000, Jella. No, but sige, so we talked about
sa
alin?
pinapanood ko yung kay Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Yung mga
Oh,
podcast
yeah,
ng
yeah.
mga
Oh, sinusubaybayan din
lawyers.
namin ni Kian.
law
Oo.
tube.
So just to give a brief background, kasi I've heard this question, particularly si Janice Lagaso lagi niya tinatanong sa akin. Sabi niya, Ace, si Angela, 'di ba ex-girlfriend mo 'yon? Lagi 'yon. It's very very common. It's a very common very common question na lagi. I think it's because we're friends outside of Bene. And plus mag-busmate tayo. Pero
Kasi
I think you can debunk that myth, Jella.
Yes, that's incest. Yun ang sinasabi
Hey,
ko.
that's a good one. That's a good
That,
one.
that would be
Yeah.
incest if that were true. Kasi
Plus
maliliit
our
pa kami.
sisters were also yung
Best friend.
parehas nating ate or best friends also. So, medyo may konting explaining na kailangan gawin. Every time tinatanong sa akin ni Janice kung naging girlfriend kita, ang ko na lang is abangan mo na lang sa podcast. Tapos sasabihin nila namin.
Hindi po talaga. Actually, yung mga kaibigan ni Arlene, nagbe-bet kung magiging tayo daw.
Okay. Yeah.
So, maraming natalo.
Nung bata tayo.
Yung mga lalaki, mga taga Don Bosco na kaibigan nila, natalo sa bet.
Sabi, okay.
So, si Arlene, tumaman. Kasi hindi talaga yan.
Wow, so everybody bet against her. Swerte naman niya.
So, yun lang. Yun lang po. Pasensya na kasi medyo I went to the dentist, so medyo tinanggal muna dito. Ayusin pa yan.
Okay. That's fine. You're fine. Everybody's fine. Okay lang tayong lahat.
Okay.
Medyo malabo lang yung mic mong konti. Pero,
Oo nga.
Malabo.
yeah.
So, yun din sabi ng mga customers namin. Malabo daw yung audio ko.
Baka kailangan mag-upgrade ng konti para baka yung customer satisfaction kailangan natin i-improve.
Tignan mo na settings. Tignan mo na tayo.
Sabi ni Hermes, hindi lang pala ako yung adopted brother mo. Si Hermes daw, sabi niya. Angela Vallejo, my adopted sister namin siya. Way back, sabi ni Hermes.
Oo, yan. Kina Hermes dati, nag-sleep over ako dyan sa bahay nila.
Oh,
Ako lang yung
wow.
girl na pinapayagan na mag-sleep over sa kanila. Tapos,
okay. Medyo revelation yun. Wala akong masabi.
Hoping yung parents niya.
Kaya nga.
Yun nga parang, oy, ito na.
Walang
Pwede.
walang comeback si East.
Wala akong comeback na appropriate for 2022.
Di ba, tita, hindi po talaga pwede eh. Kahit, ibang babae na lang po. Ako hindi po talaga kami dalawa.
Ibang babae nila. Parang hindi rin bata pwede.
Di ba, Hermes?
Alexa, turn movie lights off.
Who's that?
Okay.
Oh no, we've been caught. Sorry. Ito, I wanted to tell this story din kasi halos wala nakakaalam nito. So mag-busmates kami ni Angela. Forever, like from the beginning, kasi she's just on the other street. Diyan lang siya, literally. Kung ano yung orientation ng kung ano yung orientation ng bahay ko sa street namin, parang siya yung equivalent, sila yung equivalent house dun sa kabilang street. And nung grade school, after uuwi ng pang-umaga, so uuwi ng tanghali, kakain lang ako ng lunch, and then maglalakad ako papunta sa house niya. Maglalaro ako sa family computer niya kasi wala akong family computer. Maglalaro ng one game of Contra, isang up, down, left, right, 30 lives. Tatapusin ko lang one time yung Contra, and then, thanks Angela, bye. Then uwi na ako, then gagawa na ako ng assignment or whatever. Pang ano ka lang yun, parang pang, ano yan?
Tulog ako nun. Tapos kasi kumain, dadating sa nito, sige, tutulog ako sa sala. Tapos, gisingin lang ako pag sa...
Alam nakikilaro talaga.
Literally, kulang na lang magbayad ako ng 30 pesos per hour.
Exactly,
Para,
oo.
Pero nawala din, tumigil din kayo nung nagkaroon na ng Super NES si Dwayne. So,
yeah. Isang neighbor namin nagkaroon ng Super NES. So, sorry Angela, you're no longer my friend. I have new friends now. Tapos doon tayo tumatambay sa kanila.
Pati ako po, nakikipunta na rin ako doon. Tapos iyak ako kasi ayaw nila ako pahawakin ng controller. So, the boys lang daw. So, mawawala ako doon.
We'll get there, pero we weren't very nice. Well, we weren't as nice as boys were to girls when you were 7 and 8 years old. Diba? Noong time na yun. Pero di ba, it wasn't just you and me. We had a group. Nung bata tayo. We were 8. Ang dami natin.
4 girls,
We were
4 boys.
That's right, tama.
Pero
One of
maaga
them at four.
Maaga sila nagsidalagahan ng ibang girls. Ako naiwan. Natakot yung nanay ko, baka magbinata na daw ako. So there was a time talaga sabi ng mami ko, you can't go out. Why? All of your friends are boys. So?
Oo nga, kasi they were all Zobel, di ba? Yung ibang girls. They were
Si
Zobel.
Bene din, pero she was 2 years older than us.
Yeah, upper batch si Missy. Oo nga. Shout out to Missy. Ano nga last name ni Missy? Nalimutan ko.
Ansaldo.
Missy
He's
Ansaldo.
in the UK now.
Yeah, upper batch din natin yun. So, sana makabalik din siya for the reunion.
Yeah, Politico.
So, Sai, do you wanna get into it? I think we can get into it.
Yeah.
Baka, sige.
May time pressure din tayo.
Well, mini pressure. I wanted to ask the both of you. We see Angela started it kanina na yun nga, pagka nagkasama-sama yung mga boys tapos siya lang mag-isa na girl, parang, hindi kami ganun hindi kami jolly good people. What we think was in good fun dati wasn't actually, the best kind of fun pala. Kasi si Angela yung parang lagi namin napapaiyak. I would say once.
Kapag di ako biyak.
Was it for you, was it sobrang dalas ba nun? Was it every day?
Hindi naman every day, pero siguro sa isang linggo, like summer, di ba?
Pag walang pasok.
Sunday to Sunday, magkasama tayo. So, siguro pag ganun mga 5 times a week.
Yeah, And hindi over like mga stupid things na kunyari, ikaw lagi taya. Ganun, di ba? Ikaw yung lagi taya.
Pag naman, di ba, minsan like similet din, araw din niya. So pag
Oo nga.
kasali din ako. Kasi parang, hindi ako target ngayon. So makikiasar din ako. Yung sa kwarto mo, yung mga tatago ko sa shelf ng cabinet. Yung sobrang lumabas yung pagka-contortionist ko nun.
Tatago talaga. Yeah.
Kasi sabihin nyo, wala, di sila dumating eh. Ako lang mag-isa nandito eh. Parang, alis na ako. Manaloob na. Tapos saka kami isa-isa lalabas. Pero lumabas ako sa contortionist ko na na. Yung cabinet, ganyan kalaki. Ganyan kataas.
Medyo rin tayo. Actually, tama. It wasn't focused on you like 100%. Parang may mga times din. I think sa akin din may mga times na ako. Kasi, kumbaga sa boys, ako yung parang pinakakulelat. So kung di ko matalo yung boys, kailangan maghanap ako ng girl na kaya kong talunin.
Goodness, it was so mean.
It's so mean. Pero ako yung kulelat sa boys, para ako yung walang kwenta.
Naalala mo yung nalaglag tayo sa Marco Polo, yung tinatali mo yung blindfold ko. Doon sa ni Milet, di ba parang may...
Oh my gosh!
Tinatali mo yung blindfold ko, tapos nalaglag ka, nadadala mo ako, tapos umiiyak na ako. Pero umutot ako, kaya hindi ko.
Oh my gosh!
So pati ikaw umiiyak nun, tapos tumatawat sa lahat sila natin.
Ito yung sinasabi ko na kailangan ko ng mga triggers para maalala ko yung memories ito. Meron yung isang yard kasi ng neighbor namin ni Millet Caudal, God rest her soul. Is at that time parang hanggang leeg, hanggang balikat natin siya. We're an 8-year-old, no? So parang hanggang mga medyo mid torso siya yung height niya. So parang lawn tapos walang railing or fence or anything and then sidewalk. Parang baba ka sa sidewalk. Tapos yun nga, oh my gosh, grabe. Ngayon ko lang siya naalala. Tinatalian kita para makapag Marco Polo tayo. And then nahulog ako doon sa edge. Nahata kita, nahulog ka din. May gasgas sa side. May gasgas na. And then yun yung nangyari. Grabe. Nasaktan tayo pero tumatawa tayo at the same time na umiiyak ka. Actually, now that I remember.
Dahil nautot si Angela.
Nahulog kami, so masakit. Tapos parang gusto ko pa siya pagbintangan sana, pero hindi naman niya kasalanan. And then nung umiiyak siya, tapos natatawa, parang yung feeling ko na relief din na hindi ako yung may kasalanan ko ba't umiiyak si Angela. Pero grabe nga. Oh my gosh, I can't believe na ano ba yan.
Kung alam niyo, si Ace, accident prone yan ever since. Nalalaglag sa puno, nakakalagkad ng skateboard kasi kumapit dun sa pickup truck. As in, makikita mo lagi may sugat, may biday. Kaya yung nag-post siya sa Facebook yung nung bike niya, ang reaction ko was,
Not again.
Not
again. Di pa tumatanda itong hype na to.
Okay, sige.
Oh my God. So, well, again, we were kids and I'm really happy na na-bring up mo yun. Ayan, nilaglag na rin ako ng misis ko. Ay, well, yan. I don't know, Angela, kung alam mo yung kwento na yan, pero muntik ko na nga masunog yung bahay dati. I think we were 4 years old.
Wala pa, hindi pa ako si Aya Jimenez lagi kasama ko noon. 4 years old.
Kayo ba Sai ni Bianca, meron ba kayong mga mataya-taya stories nung like sa bus or sa nung grade school? Meron ba kayong ganun?
Wala naman. Mas nag-interact na tayo, Bianca, kasi nung nag-classmate tayo di ba? But you were more kasi nag-busmate tayo, no?
Yeah, I think so.
Oo.
'Di ba? Kasi
Number...
kasi busmate mo si Dino or natin si Dino, 'di ba? But I don't know, for some odd reason,
morning ka ba, Bianca? Were you morning?
Huh?
Morning, pang umaga ka ba or pang hapon? Nung
Kasi
early grade school?
I came to Bene grade 4. So I don't remember anymore kung pang umaga ba ako or what.
Panghapon ka siguro kung mo si Dino. Kasi panghapon si Dino eh.
Oo.
Okay.
So yeah. More of kasama ko siya. Every now and then nakakasama kita kasi remember kasama mo lagi si Anne-Lorraine sa back eh. Lagi kayo sa likod. Tapos ang ingay pa ninyo.
Grade 5-6 na yun. Oo.
Ha?
Grade 5-6 na tayo noon.
Maybe, yes. Oo.
Magkasama kasi whole day na tayo eh. Mixed na yun eh.
Oo.
Nag-merge.
Yes.
Nag-merge.
Tapos,
afternoon ka daw, Bianca. Afternoon ka daw, sabi ni Hermes and si Jaisa. Shout out to Hermes and Jaisa.
I'm sorry, what?
Afternoon ka daw. Afternoon
sabi
class.
Ni Hermes.
And Jaisa.
Okay.
Sabi ni Hermes and Jaisa.
Oh my goodness, he remembers. Oo. So, ayun, yeah. I remember he was so, maingay siya sa bus, si Sai, kasi grabe siya tumawa. You can hear it from the back. I remember may pinapag-usapan si ni Anne-Lorraine and then he said Kadiri to death, but I don't remember what that was anymore, what that was about anymore. But yeah, you're not gonna forget, hindi mo makakalimutan ang tawa ni Sai for anything. So, ayun, what do you call this? I mean, yeah, that's true. Si Kay, she's making comments. So that's true. That's true, definitely. So ayun, and then of course you the fact pa that you were musical, so that was talagang, of course, the maraming na-attract sa ganun, 'di ba? Tapos ang ganda pa ng si Hermes from before, that's true. What do you call this? He would even do my hair. So ayun, tawag po dito, hairdresser ko yan, si Hermes. Nung nandito ko sa Pilipinas, pupunta pa sa bahay namin yan.
Nice.
So, ayun, yeah. I mean, of course, who wouldn't, diba? Parang maganda na nga personality, ganyan, and mga
question si Getty. Ayan, getting into the meat of it.
Oo nga, talon agad si Getty eh.
Si Getty talagang wala. Si Getty, pagbigyan niya si Getty, wala kasing foreplay yan eh. Diretso talaga agad yan.
What do you call this?
Sige, mauna na si
Do
Bianca.
you remember?
Sige.
Let's do grade school muna. When you were in
sige.
grade school. Sino yung nare-remember niya, memorable na crush niyo ng grade school if ever meron?
Oh my goodness. I had so many. Pero I guess mature.
Let's name them all, Bianca. Let's name them all.
Okay, pero sa bagay, mature na tayong lahat na ngayon, 'di ba? Kasi syempre, I mean, this was like way before naman they got married each other. So,
this is 30 years ago.
I always liked guys that were the opposite of me physically. So dark, yan, ganyan yung medyo, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Gosh.
Okay lang.
Yeah. Okay.
May background
Okay,
music.
wait.
It's okay lang. Okay lang. We use
Ayun,
it as
I always
background
like
music.
guys that were tall and dark. So, ang unang crush ko for the
pili na
longest time ng grade 4 si Steven Natchez. So, Carla, that
Oh.
was like a long time ago. That was grade 4.
No,
So,
good choice, good choice, good choice.
Yeah, so ayun, and then grade 5 I don't remember, but I remember having one every year, and then grade 6 I don't remember anymore. But I always liked yung talagang opposite ko, physically speaking. Kasi yung mga dark, ganyan, na gwapo, ayun. Those were the guys I were attracted to.
Nung
Sa high
grade 5,
school, ha?
Nung grade 5, alam ko si Stephen talagang heartthrob talaga siya eh.
Oh, well, I mean, I had a crush on him grade 4, and then what do you call this? And then wala na after that, kasi hindi na kami classmates after that eh. So, ayun,
Ang galing ng mga comment ni Hermes.
Bakit? Anong sabi ni Hermes?
Oy, shout out to Carla Faustino Ranches. They're listening, natawa daw si Stephen.
Sige. So, high school.
High school. The dark guys.
Dark guys pa rin nung high school? Dark guys pa rin ba?
Sorry?
Dark guys pa rin yung nung high school?
Oo naman.
Okay. Consistent
talagang ako tuloy-tuloy. I mean, yun ang gusto ko. I think after college na ako. I mean, although interestingly enough, except for for Maki, my husband, lahat na naging boyfriend ko white after that. So it was like a little weird.
Okay.
But so I was about to say pa naman, safe na safe si Getty sa dark guys.
I'm sorry, what? Nagtatanong siya sa dark guys. Kasi sa bagay, I guess we're all mature din naman, diba? I mean, tsaka it was, I hope, what do you call this? All the wives there are okay with it, no?
Oo naman.
So,
you've been watching our
ayun,
episodes, we've been digging.
Ha?
You've been watching our past episodes, di ba? We've been digging into the crushes talaga.
Sige.
Okay lang yan.
Well, of course, si Sai, si Sai, who didn't have a crush on Sai, So, yeah. And then, but and then it was my neighbor pa. And then as for Cops and Robber stories, I see Sai, sobrang hilig sa, he would always stay at home. Ang mas nakiging kalaro ko yung kapatid niya, si Patricia. Like, we would play Cops and Robbers, nagpa-piano lang yan si Sai. So, ayun.
Grabe.
Yeah. I mean, kasi ang lapit lang ng house niya sa house ko eh. Like, super walking distance. And I think you're still living there, no, Sai? In Mahogany?
Yeah.
Mahogany
Still
Street.
Here.
Oo.
Sorry, Ace?
Natatawa ako. Sabi nga ni Bianca, biro mo heartthrob ka na. Ito yung if nobody knew you and pinakwento mo lang sa batchmates natin kung sino ka, heartthrob ka, everyone liked you, tawa ka ng tawa, tapos musician ka who stayed inside the house palagi. Recluse, mysterious. Parang Mozart yung dating. Grabe.
Yun yung tipo magiging crush ko. Mga tahimik na.
Oh yan, sige. Let's go to you, Ange. Let's do grade school. Sino yung mga tahimik na yan?
Hindi, actually, ang crush ko na grade school, actually prep, was Ian Veneracion.
Yun.
Tapos, naalala ko noon, alam mo sa may steps papuntang library. Yung classroom namin.
Yung mahaba. Yung mahaba, yeah.
Yung classroom namin yung mismo nandun.
Mm-hmm.
Yung dun sa line, di ba naka-line tayo, girls, boys, nakaupo sa floor. Yung line ng girls nandito, lahat kami napalabas ng teacher. Kasi naglalaro si Ian Veneracion ng Land, Water, Air, Sea, Ocean. At nakagano kami lahat. Hatingin kami lahat doon sa door. Tapos pinagalitan siya, sabi niya, play somewhere else. Tapos sabi, girls, outside. Una sabi, girls, outside. Lahat kami tumakbo palabas. Kasi tapos pinagalitan sila, pinaalis sila. Sabi niya, Tapos grade 1,
pero Angela, wait.
Ginawa ka.
Di ba, hindi, naalala ko si Ian nung young. Di ba maliit siya nun?
Oo.
Di ba, parang...
Hindi siya ganun katangkad nun.
Maliit siya nun eh. Tapos biglang lumaki. Parang naalala ko kasi.
Nakakatawa nun. Yung grade 1, meron tayo naglalaro tayo ng tug of war. Di ba, palaro nun eh. Tapos parang pinagtitipan natin yung rope. Hindi ko alam kung sino yung mga kalaro ko noon. Pero pinagtitipan yung rope. Tapos hanggang sa nadala namin din sa may papuntang high school. Sa steps papuntang high school. Tapos napulpot sa akin. Hinila. So talagang, as usual, pumagasgas na naman ako. Yung sister ko was second year high school. Nakita niya ako, sabi, stop crying. Pero, I'm so happy. Tapos sabi niya, sige na, okay na. Tapos biglang dumaan si Ian. Di ba crush mo yan? Bakit mo sinabi? Tapos sabi niya, ay, hindi siya nagagawin niya kasi parang, bakit ka naman umiyak? Diba dapat tumigil ka kasi dapat magpapakita sa crush mo. I never really wanted. Pag may crush ako, ayokong malaman nila. Kahit kailan. Ayun.
That's na kasi siya nun eh. That's yun, no? So that's.
Okay.
Kasi hindi ko pa alam na that's siya until
talaga?
Until
Yun. Sandali lang,
nako.
Hermes, papunta tayo.
Grabe si Hermes, talagang nilabas ka agad yung mga juicy stuff eh.
Papunta tayo.
Sorry, Jun, paano nangyari yun? Wala sa listahan ko yun. Peace tayo.
Listahan yata ni Hermes to eh.
Kasi yun,
Nothing against the guys, pero kung, 'di ba? Kung yun yung naaalala ni Hermes, let's correct the memory. Let's correct the memory.
Wala sa listahan ko yun.
Okay.
Sorry po.
Sige, continue. Ayun. So, grade 1, grade 2.
Mga grade school na until grade 6 wala masyado akong crush. Ako nun eh. Medyo man-hater. Meron ako magka-crush ako dito sa guy na to kasi parang maiinis ako sa ugali niya. So, ayoko na sa kanya.
Yeah, oo.
So, hindi ko na siya considered. I don't even remember their names.
Nice.
So, sa high school, most of them were upper batch.
Okay.
Except yung doon sa unang nilista ni Hermes. Kasi I think it's because we never talked at all.
Si Joel.
Kasi we never talked at all. Kasi pag nakausap ko na yung crush ko, parang wala na. Ayoko na.
Parang gusto kang ibuko talaga ni Hermes. Kung ano sinasabi niya sa comments. Sabi niya, inaasar mo daw si Joel sa kanya, kay Hermes. Pero ikaw pala daw yung crush din ba ni Hermes? Understandable naman. Si Joel's Joel na may modeling career din si Joel, di ba?
Yes.
Ayaw kong may makaalam.
Shout out to Joel.
Pag crush mo yung crush ko, tutuksin kita. Ikaw na lang tutulak kita.
Para malayo sa'yo yung di ba? Kasi gusto mo rin siya eh, di ba? Parang hindi pa lang makaalam na type ko rin. Ganun.
Sorry, Jella. Sorry. Can we try na may mic ka ba na sa computer or sa laptop? Can you try lang natin. Let's just try. Lang. Kung pwedeng ma-shift mo yung mic from, you can still wear the headset pero kung yung
This is better?
Same. Actually, malinaw nung nag-GA tayo dati, yung mabilis lang. Pero I think that you were on your phone eh. Yeah.
Ito better?
Same lang.
Parang siya talaga muffled.
Medyo.
We could understand, pero kumbaga.
Sandali lang.
You wanna reconnect?
Yeah, sige. Okay.
Sige. Let's try it lang.
Okay.
Sure.
Alright. Sige, balik tayo kay Bianca.
Yeah. I didn't
Wait
know.
muna. Sorry Bianca. Before we get back to you, I just want to give a shout out to Stephen Ranches na sabi ni Hermes kamukha daw ni Joey Marquez pero sabi ni Getty kamukha daw ni Richard Gomez. So, Stephen Ranches, palibhasa lalaki ka talaga. Sige, go ahead Bianca.
Sige, Bianca.
He's a dentist din, no? Like Carla.
Both of them, yes. Yep, that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
They were,
I didn't know. Punta pala si Ian Veneration sa
Ako,
sa
I have
Bene.
no memory. I have no memory of it, Tay. Hindi ko talaga naaalala.
Oh my God, crush ko rin yun noon. He was so cute.
Sayang. Sana,
Hindi ko alam.
Kung alam ko lang, sana naging crush ko din siya. Sayang. Hindi ko na
What? Sorry. Ano?
No, sabi ko sayang kung naalam ko lang na naging schoolmate natin siya, naging crush ko din sana siya.
Sorry, ano yun?
No, it's okay. Never mind. I was
Okay,
just making a
okay.
joke.
Yeah, hindi ako naalala ko as in kasi alam ko kasi may ate ako. So syempre that's may that's entertainment, di kilala si Ian eh. 'Di ba? So kumbaga kung sa school, 'di ba parang may school kaming celebrity, 'di ba? So alam ko as a young kasi younger naman tayo sa kanya eh. So ako naman ang memory ko kay Ian kung nag-nursery ka ba sa Bene?
I'm sorry,
Yes.
what? Hindi ako nag-nursing sa Bene. Grade 4 ako nung
Okay.
pumasok ako.
No.
Yeah, si Ace naman
Yeah.
ay
Yes.
yes, 'di ba? 'Di ba the gate yung sa nursery, yung gate doon.
Yeah.
Doon nakaabang yung dirty ice cream.
Yes.
Naalala mo ba
Very
yun?
vivid memories.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oo,
Very
I
clear ang
remember the
memories ko
dirty
doon.
ice cream.
Yung
Pag-uwian,
warehouse.
nakaganyan tayo.
Yeah, I know. Parang grills, no? Parang
Oo,
prison.
nakaganyan tayo lagi pag bumibili at sa abot natin yung piso natin, di ba?
Yeah.
So, ang naalala ko noon, parang I was waiting for my turn. Si Ian bumibili. Tapos parang, kumbaga, lagi siyang parang nagda-try parang siyang may running tab kay Kuya Ice Cream.
Talaga? Okay.
Parang nag-ano si Kuya.
Celebrity treatment?
Parang nag-ano na naman. Hindi, parang kahit si Kuya pa, libre ka na naman, wala ka na naman pera dyan. Ginagano na siya nung
Grabe.
Yun yung memory ko doon. Yun hindi ko makalimutan eh. Kasi doon lang ako sa likod niya eh. Tapos siya yung nakaganon sa So nakakatawa lang sobra.
Okay.
Okay, better na to.
Yes.
Yun!
Hi!
Magnifico.
Oh my goodness.
Uy, ba't ako, pinaliktad ko, doon ako sa, yung main computer ko na work stuff ko, tapos dito na ako sa aking laptop.
Yun,
Perfect.
maganda.
Much better.
Mas maganda
Yun.
yung camera nun, pero pangit na audio.
No, maganda yung camera
it's
dyan.
fine, it's fine.
We can see you. Oo. So
Okay
what have
siya.
you been doing, Angela?
Well, I work as a virtual assistant / billing specialist. Nag-start ako as technical support dun sa company. And unti-unti napupunta sa akin for billing issues kasi parang may sinolve ako na isang billing issue one time. Pinasa na lang sa akin lahat ng mga billing issues hanggang nilipat na ako ng department. Sa billing na ako. Lahat ng mga nakasalamin kami lahat dun sa billing. Lahat kami nasa age 40 plus na. So, mga lolo't lola na.
No.
Alright.
Lolo't lola yung mga kasama ko. I'm sorry.
Busina naman, busina.
Alex, I'm sorry. No, Shannon, I'm sorry. Wala naman sila eh. Mamaya pa silang 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. Papasok.
Oh, thank you, Hermes.
So how long have you been doing this, Jella?
I started 2016 actually. Kasi virtual assistant, you have to go through training muna. Tapos iaano ka sa clients.
Mm-hmm.
Yun yung sa amin kasi, ang inaano nila is for real estate agents. Pero naswertehan ako na merong naghahanap ng na real estate tech company. So gumawa sila software as a service. So naghahanap doon for technical support. Hindi taas ako ng kamay kagad kasi doon ako galing technical support ako for Motorola before. So taas ako ng talaga sabi ko, I will take the interview kahit bubulahin ko sila, makuha ko lang yan. So nakuha ko yun. That was hire date ko sa Privity was January 2016. January 5, 2016. By November 23, 2016, that's when I had my stroke.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
While working, as in nagchat ako with a customer. Tapos parang medyo nalalaboy paningin ko. Tapos natapos ko pa yung chat. Alam ko na thank you for chatting with us. Bye-bye. So gumanon ako. Ay, dito pala, kabila. Ang ganun ko, pag angat ko ng ulo ko, nakaganyan yung kamay ko.
Oh no.
Oh wow.
Sabi ko, oh shit.
Oh,
Tapos meron ako narinig na voice in my head that sounded like my mom. Na sabi,
wow.
Relax. You're having a stroke. Relax. I didn't know it. I don't know the symptoms of a stroke. Pero na-shock ako. Basta, I was in the ICU for 3 days and then 4 days sa regular room. Tapos, madali naman ako naka-bounce back. Medyo, hindi pa rin, my hand and my right hand and my right leg, medyo, hindi pa ganun yung like yung motor skills ko. Handwriting ko, chicken shit. Because of that. Pero,
Wow, okay.
kasi hindi na ako, I don't even write anything for work. So, hindi na pa-practice. Pero I can type almost as fast as I could before.
That's good.
Minsan nga lang may ngalay, biglang mga ngalay na to. Tapos yung paa ko din gano'n. Tapos yun, after 3 months, nung okay na yung physical therapy and occupational therapy ko, I went back to same company. Pero yung schedule ko, iniba nila. Part-time lang muna. Tapos I would work habang sarado pa yung company. So parang pure back-end lang muna binibigay.
Oh, wow. That's very considerate of them.
Pero hindi nila ako pinakawalan. Doon ako natuwa.
Wow,
kasi
that's
parang
nice.
I thought, ano ka lang ba sa amin? Virtual assistant ka lang naman. We can find another one like you. Pero hindi nila ako pinakawalan. Tapos nung when I resigned 2018, kasi parang feeling ko I wasn't giving 100%. And yet I was even given a pay increase. So parang feeling ko it's not fair. And it's not fair dun sa mga kasama kong mga VA na mas mataas ang sweldo ko sa kanila. And yet they are doing all the work that I was supposed to be doing. So, nag-resign muna ako. I got a day job. Technical support din. Pero at least day job. Pero ang layo, it's sa may Quezon City. So, I would travel every day.
Wow.
And then, after 1 year, sabi ko, ayoko na. Then I went back to teaching English. Tapos nung...
Was that the time that we were working together?
Ay, hindi. That was like 2006 pa.
Nga, tagal na pala na. Oo nga. Sorry.
Ito, research lang. So, tapos, biglang yung dati kong kasama doon sa VA, sabi niya, they're looking for another person to support, apply ka. Balik ka. Tapos pero it's a different parang company na kumbaga yung company namin, Brevity, they came up with Brevity VA. So sila na yung nagsusupply ng mga VA sa mga clients. Tapos they get their own din. So, apply ka sa BVA. Sabi ko, sige, try natin. Tapos nung una sinabihan na pa ako nung parang recruiting nila na wala na available na slot sa support. Are you willing to take on another client, like an external client? Sabi ko, okay, so I'll be doing mga transaction management. Pero sige na nga, mas malaki sweldo eh. Sige. Pero pagdating ko doon, yung parang mismong boss ng BVT VA, sabi niya, you used to be with support, right? Sabi ko, yes. Okay, I'll contact somebody. Tapos biglang sabi sa akin, tapusin mo lang yung training mo. Meron ka ng pasok ka na. Sabi ko, yes.
Nice.
Congrats.
Everybody else had to wait until they get an interview. Kasi yun kailangan mo din padded din dapat yung resume mo pag VA ka. Bago ka palang pumasok, kailangan padded mo yung resume mo. Para pag nakita ng mga clients na ito, bagay sa akin, kasi interviewin natin ito. Yun. So I've been here for almost 2 years. Again.
Nice.
2 years na noon, tapos 2 years na ngayon. Tapos
Before, sorry. Before we jump back dun sa health emergency mo nun, I've always been curious about yung when you say virtual assistant, like what does it entail specifically?
Virtual assistants, depende kasi, like, dun sa amin, meron marketing, social media marketing people. So, yun yung mga, nag-handle ng Facebook, Instagram, pati, magugulat ka na, real estate agents in the States, nagti-TikTok na rin.
Yeah, of course. So,
part of the marketing na talaga.
But it's still under the, so they're doing social, pero it's still under the virtual assistant,
kumbaga parang they work for that person, binibigay sa kanila credentials, they create the marketing, and they post it according to how their boss wants it. Ganun. So, meron din transaction coordinator, sila yung nag-aano ng mga deals ng mga whatever. I've never been a transaction coordinator. Tapos meron naman mga general assistant, like yung parang secretary, pero
Yeah, oo.
and then meron din yung mga ISA or inside sales agents. So sila yung tumatawag sa
Okay.
mga customers, mga potential clients ng clients nila, and they set appointments. Yung kumbaga hindi sila yung nagbebenta. Pero kailangan meron pa rin sila sales experience para mabenta nila yung boss nila. Parang, are you planning to sell your house? My boss will be blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So yun yung iniiwasan ko talaga pag sinasabi sa akin, gusto mo ISA role? No. No phones. Problema dun sa sa support, dati no phones kami. Kinulang ng tao. Isa ako dun sa mga may phone time. Tapos ngayon sa billing, dalawa lang kami na kumbaga yung boss namin, tapos dalawa lang kaming billing specialist. Although si Shannon yung more on sa phones, pag wala siya, pag nagla-lunch siya, or pag may meeting siya or whatever, ako yung nakatoka sa phone. So parang, sige, na nga kayo.
So ang pala no, ang broad din pala nung umbrella nung yung virtual assistant kasi before to me, yung sabi mo kanina na parang mas general, mas parang secretary ka of someone of Pero yun nga iba-iba ang laki pala nung no, iba-iba rin yung pwedeng classification underneath, parang ganun.
Like, depende kasi kung sino yung mag-hire sa'yo kung anong papagawa nila sa'yo. Like yung sa amin, company talaga, hindi brokerage. So, ang trabaho namin, parang we're treated like employees. Yung question ni Kate, 24-hour duty ka ba? Hindi. 9 hours, may kasama lunch break, yun, unpaid lunch break. So, from 7 to 4 sa US. So, that's from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Sa atin.
7, yeah.
May tanong si Sarah.
Or kami dito. Yun yung yun yung naglilista ng oras namin. Nakalogin na ako.
Okay. May tanong si Sarah, Jel.
Mag-apply ba daw si Siri or Alexa? Are they considered as virtual assistant?
Required ng webcam Webcam required. Yeah. They have to, kung meron ng kung may virtual na mukha na si Siri at si Alexa, baka pwede.
Sarah, nasagot ni Angela.
Talaga to si Sarah. Sorry. Mag-intermission lang ako ng announcements, guys. Sige. Medyo close to 10:30 na tayo. Just want to remind everybody of the upcoming events. This July, 50 years na, Golden Founding Anniversary, San Beda College, Alabang. We would like to invite all alumni for another 50th activity. Bingo night on May 27, Friday, 7 p.m. via Zoom. The details are in the Facebook group na Once a Bedan, Always a Bedan. Please go check it out. Uy, may bike! May ribbon bike. May premium bike. Akin yan. For 250 pesos, you get a bingo card good for 5 games. Deadline of purchase is on Wednesday, May 25. We have our Bene 97 Batch General Assembly on Sunday, May 29, 11 a.m. It's in Alabang. The venue will be announced pa, but it may be Molito Town Center within the area. So that's this Sunday, Bene 97 Batch General Assembly, 11 a.m. SBCA at 50 public launch event, Once a Bedan, Always a Bedan, on August 12 to 14 sa Alabang Town Center, Activity Center, dun sa gitna ng Burger King at ng National, sa gitna ng Mango, tsaka ng Rustans. You all know that area. ATC Activity Center, public launch event ng SBCA at 50. Grand Alumni Homecoming, December 3, Saturday. That's this December 3. Grand Alumni Homecoming, that's for all the batches. Then on December 4, sa atin lang yun, Bene 97, 25th year high school
Book
batch
your
reunion.
flights.
Exclusive on December 4. Inhuman and performances. Wow, may performances galore.
May jamming yan.
Tapos, just want to reiterate our disclaimer. Baka magmura si Jella tsaka si Bianca or kami ni Sai. There will be curse words in the podcast. We may discuss topics like sex, substances, other sensitive topics. Statements and opinions expressed in this podcast do not in any way represent San Beda College Alabang or any other learning institution. And if you want to support that 97 show, please message me and Sai. We'll give you the details on how to send your support. We really need the support sana just to keep the podcast going. Thank you dun sa mga nagbigay na ng support from before. You know who
May
you
super chats
are.
ba dito?
Thank you guys. Sorry, ano yun?
May super chats.
Ano yung super chat? Sorry.
Yung
Natito
ano,
hits ako dun.
yung mag-appear yung chat mo pag gusto may donation ka.
Wala pa. Wala
Ah,
ko yun.
wala.
Alam ko yun. wala pa.
But
Parang
Maybe.
also, yeah.
nanonood ng nung case ni Amber Heard tsaka ni Johnny Depp. Di ba yung mga reading super chats?
Everybody's on jury duty. So shout out
But
sa
yeah.
26,000 viewers natin pala. We have 26,000 viewers today.
Wow!
But yeah, just to clarify. But to clarify also, yun yeah. The reason we're asking for support also kasi is we're paying for this platform. That's why it's easy for us and it's nice looking. Like we can do those zoom in, highlight,
Yeah.
whatever running ticker, ganyan. So, yeah, kaya that's why we're asking for your support. Yeah.
Yeah, if we for all you guys, for all the viewers, if if you want to keep this format going, please send your support sa amin, that 97 show.
Yes.
So let's get back in it, Sai. Let's
Okay. Sige,
sige.
let's go to the meat of the
The meat. Sige, let's start off with Bianca, if you don't mind, Bianca. So we were talking previously about yung experience mo in I guess grade school and high school, and you of course you have good memories, may crushes and everything, but it wasn't all nice memories, unfortunately. Of course, I mean, wala naman sa atin siguro na 100% happy days lang naman. We all had our challenges, but ako, personally, I had very very little to no interaction with you. I don't know why. I think parang yung circles lang natin
big school.
talaga it's a big school, so we weren't until we got together with sila Kathy and Loy, when we were working, na doon lang tayo nagkausap for I think for the first time. So ako personally, si Sai has he has some common experiences with you because naging magkaklase kayo. But I would like to learn more about yung grade school experience mo, if you don't mind sharing some stories.
Grade school in general.
Yeah.
Okay, well, parang wait, let me see. Dali lipat lang ako ng place kasi so that I can have a little more privacy.
Yeah.
Okay, so grade school in general, parang wala naman masyadong makwento. You're talking about good and bad, right?
Yeah.
What do you call this? I mean, grade 4, grade 5. Well, syempre may teasing na nung grade 4. I remember that, but parang it was such a long time ago, so I don't remember that much din eh. And then what do you call this? Grade 5, I don't remember. I remember that was a good year, grade 5. And then grade 6, that was when it started. I won't name names anymore, okay? Throughout the podcast, I'm not gonna name names kasi syempre I don't, what I mean? I don't want anybody to look bad.
Yeah.
Yun. And I'm not mad. It's been a long that was a long time ago. So I'm not going to, say bad words or anything like that. But yeah, there was this one person that incited the entire class. Not only did she bully me, but she encouraged the whole class to bully me. So if there was one person that didn't bully me, she would bully them. So they were forced even the ones that
Mhm.
didn't want to bully me
Mhm.
had to do it. So yeah, that was tough. Grade
I
6 was
remember
tough.
that.
Huh?
We were classmates. I remember that.
Oo, Angela, yun nga, that's why I'm not gonna name names na,
Kaya nga nabully din ako eh.
Talaga? I don't
Oo,
remember that.
Kasi, I mean, I barely knew you.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
I mean, galing ako sa pangumaga kasi. So, I mean, I think it was, you had braces, but, and you
Yeah,
had
I
braces.
did.
I was looking at you lang na parang, bakit kailangan, parang, I was just like, bakit kailangan ng,
Curious.
ngipin lang naman, parang, so I was just
I
looking at you.
know. I had those terrible braces.
So, pag nagtatawanan na sila, ako parang, bakit kayo tumatawa? Kasi I was just like, so curious kung bakit kailangan
I know, me too.
Sinabihan ako ng nanay ko na wag na akong magtanong ng mga ganun tanong kasi baka kasi I ask like really really out there questions at times na it looks like parang I'm bullying or I'm teasing someone, pero talaga I'm just curious, so hindi na ako nagsalita. So, hindi na lang para wala nang gulo, hindi na lang kita kinausap. Para wala nang gulo, di ba?
So, sorry, can you refresh my memory, Bianca? What I am trying to remember. Did you have the normal braces or did you have like
No, I had like
yung-
weird
Yung meron sa labas.
it
the
was
head-
normal
the
and then it had
headgear.
some brackets outside. I don't know why
Oo.
they put that, but yeah. I had
No,
to
but
walk
I
around
That's
with
something
that.
to do with the joy yata eh.
Yeah.
don't know.
oo.
I don't
I
know.
think
I don't
Now that I
remember.
think about it.
Yeah.
I don't
At the
remember.
time, I think that was the dental technology at the time. Will makikita natin sa mako-comment yung mga dentista nating Yeah, yan, si Carla sabi niya may headgear. I think at the time that was necessary to accomplish, what was intended for, for correction or whatever, di ba?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll ask Carla to explain sa comments kung kaya niya, but I think technology has gone a long way. I mean, it's not just our school. I mean, even schools sa states or sa ibang schools. If you had that headgear, talagang you're going to be a target talaga, 'di ba?
Yeah, I know.
Parang if you watch movies, gano'n na nga yung
Yeah, sa movies
di ba?
it's the
Parang-
trope 'di ba?
Oo.
Tama.
And how did
But-
that make you? I mean, how did that make you feel? Like how did you react to it now? Like did you parang nagtago ka na lang ba sa public in a way na parang I'll just do me, parang ganun. How did you?
Oo, nagtago ako kasi, oh my goodness, grabe yun eh. Gosh, kasi syempre that was grade 6, so medyo matagal na yon. But I just remember how well but I mean it's all good. She's changed a lot. I'm just not going to name names anymore.
Si Angela na lang magne-name daw. Hindi.
Huh?
Hindi, I was joking na si Angela na lang ang magne-name, hindi
Oh,
ikaw.
no.
Hindi, okay lang, okay lang.
Don't do that, Angela, please.
Ay,
Kawawa naman yung tao.
Joke lang.
Ha?
Joke
Yeah.
lang.
Oo. So, yeah, I remember how she made me feel. That was yun ang natandaan ko. Natandaan ko how I reacted. So talagang I tried to as much as possible talaga to stay out of view. Kasi syempre kung magpapakita ako, people would tease me all the more, di ba? Would bully me all the more. So I would try to hide. And that was what I was explaining to Ace. That a good day was when people would ignore me. Because syempre, the alternative would be, it would be more often than not, they would tease me, diba? They would bully me. So, and of course, it was a bonus if somebody was actually nice to me. So yung mga times na meron akong barkada, ayun, I treasured that. But then, and I'm not gonna name names again, but those times didn't last then because like they would get scared, they would get scared of being bullied, and it was like, they were scared of of like being uncool by association. So
Exactly.
ayun, and
Which
that
leads
was
me
when
to
they that was when they would stop being friends with me, not because of anything I did, but because of my reputation at that time, quote unquote. So it was hard. It was really hard in high school, because syempre you want belonging, right? And I would remember parang kahit nung mga events natin that I would try to clap along or sit a little closer to someone, so that it doesn't look so awkward, so bad that I'm alone. Or even in class pictures, I would try to stand close to somebody. But I didn't really have a lot of friends nga, no, at that time. So yeah, it was hard. I spent most of the time in high school na kind of syempre in hiding kasi syempre what happened in grade school would happen in high school. And then I would deliberately miss on dances. Yeah, you guys are gonna notice that I was never in any dances kasi nga syempre I wanted to take like the night off, from being bullied. So that was what I did. And then retreats, if I could go on a retreat in another section para what do you call this, like kasi normally that what would happen is there would be less teasing ganyan, at this first day it would be okay.
Naputol.
Oh no. Oh, I was going to say, may isang retreat na nasama sa amin si Bianca. I was going to say
So, sinasadya pala niya yun.
Oo nga eh. That's,
Sorry, I don't know what.
That's fine.
Sometimes because when I'm outdoors, sometimes it gets bad. Wait, let me.
Hindi, okay
Sorry,
lang.
I keep walking.
It was fine
kasi
naman eh. It was fine.
That
was good.
Let me see kung sa Den baka okay lang. Ay, the TV's on. But yeah, here, let's try here. So yun, you'd think, syempre, di ba, parang it's atypical, di ba? Yung reaction na pag in-ignore ka, if you're treated as invisible, that was a good day. But yun nga, because the situation was so bad, that was how I came to adapt to it. And then nagkukulong sa library. I love the library kasi ang daming magandang books, 'di ba? And then you could escape, from yung reality. Okay, is that a question for me? Best and worst
Yeah.
moment?
Yeah, that's sino to, Kay? Oh, that's Christine Season. Shout out to Christine Season. Muramaki, guys. Order kayo ng
Yes,
Muramaki.
hello
kay
Christine. Nagkita pa kami nung Sunday din. So anyway.
Yeah, sige, go ahead, Bianca.
Okay. Oh, best. Okay. So, ayun. I mean,
High
I know
school na, high
I
school.
don't know if religion is allowed here, but I guess this is a Catholic school. And I'm not gonna preach. I'm just gonna mention it.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Game.
So best. The ones that worried me. Try not to don't feel so bad. Because or I hope we've all moved on, right? So and there's no need for anybody to contact me either, but there have been a few, and parang it was nice. It was nice.
Okay.
Talking to them was nice. But anyway, the point is, I kind of found God at that time. So that's why I don't feel so bad, the ones that bullied me, because that was the time that I kind of dug deep. Lagi ako nasa prayer room nun. I would cry there. But it was also how do I explain it? It was also profound. Yan nga, don't feel so bad because of that, I found God, and it was also one of the most in some ways, like profoundly beautiful moments of my life. Because of that suffering. So I would talk to God about it, like a friend, because I didn't have a lot of other friends. So yeah, it's a little hard to syempre, that's something that's something between you and God, right? So that's
Bless, yeah.
now that I realize it, it's a little hard to articulate something that intimate.
Mhm.
But yeah, in a nutshell, that was what happened. I discovered also, I fell in love with writing at that time also. So yun nga, I just want to, I know I sound like a broken record, but I want to assure the ones, that worried me, that it wasn't all bad. I mean, something very good came out of it.
Mhm.
And what do you call this, and of course I'm very happy now. Angela wasn't here when we talked about it, but I've been married for nearly 4 years, and he's a very good guy, truly my better half, and I'm happy here in the United States. So it's all good naman. The worst, uh there are too many, there are a lot there are too many to choose from.
Yeah.
um but again, I'm not mad. uh Trying to dredge it up from memory. One of the worst, and Angela is a witness to that, was grade 6.
Mm.
Definitely grade 6.
Okay.
Because like what I said, 90%, and 'di ba, Angela, I'm being very conservative when I say 90%. 90% of the class bullied me. And yun nga, like what I said, some of them did it even if they didn't feel like doing it. Kasi nga, if they didn't do it, she would bully them.
Anong section ba
So,
kayo nun?
ha?
Jeremiah.
Anong sorry? What
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah. Okay.
Yeah.
We've narrowed it down.
Labas ang
Oo.
yearbook. Labas
Okay.
ang
Well,
yearbook.
ano din sana
Yearbook,
kayo,
here we
yeah,
go.
I'd like to say
just
sorry
kidding.
din na, I mean, kahit wala naman akong ginawa sa'yo, pero hindi rin kita napagtanggol. Parang, we could have
Yeah,
stayed together, di
I
ba?
mean,
Pero, nung time na yun, parang hirap na rin ako eh.
no, of
Oo,
course.
yeah.
So, parang
Eh, the
self-preservation
positions,
baga.
yeah. I mean,
Hirap
mahirap
with
din
what?
talaga to be in that position din na, I mean, how can we be expected to think and decide properly, when we were, how old were we then? Mga 12, 'di ba?
11.
And then 'di ba, 11, 12 na, and then everybody is saying the same thing, and then you'd be, 'di ba? You can be singled out. It's a difficult position. Pero Bianca,
Hindi,
you
tsaka,
mentioned na some of them reached out to you and talked to you already. Some of those people
oo. But
who
we're
were,
talking about after college,
yeah. But you had discussions with them na after
Well, they were the ones who said sorry, after all that time.
wow,
So
that's
parang ako
wow.
naman, what do you call this? After, for some odd reason, like when I went to college, I just at least started, or after college. I don't know. I don't know if it was a blessing or a gift, but I just kind of uh I was blessed with forgetfulness, quote unquote. I mean, like,
Mhm.
what do you call this? Like, I mean, I wouldn't
Selective.
forget
Yeah.
literally, but I just mostly forgot the trauma. So, parang sa akin, when people would reach out to me and say sorry, I would just say, okay, and then we would talk. Like, I remember, okay, like, of course, I guess I can name names because this was a nice, ano naman, like May
Mhm.
Espinosa. For a time we were in touch, and she's doing something very interesting. Di ba naalala niyo si May Espinosa? She was always very good with piano. And I think that's what she's doing now. She's teaching piano up in Baguio, I think.
Okay.
So, ayun, I mean, there were instant, I think it was one or two. And I don't
Mhm.
really think there
Okay.
were a lot then. But, like what I said, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Nobody has to reach out. Yun nga, like what I said.
I think
And
if I may, I think but partly also like what Anna shared last week was more of parang yun nga I think it's more of it's good nga that ikaw mismo parang you felt parang nawala lang yung trauma, 'di ba? Parang God healed you of it, and 'di ba parang wiped away that trauma. But I think it's more nga of the one on the other side, eh, 'di ba? The one parang it's eating them up in a way na 'di ba parang they still feel na some of the guilt or something ganon, parang
They
as
also
evidence na
carry that guilt din, 'di ba? Parang
oo, 'di
dala
ba?
din nila eh. Yeah.
So, I mean, even if we can simply say kasi na shucks, I was just young noon eh. Parang I can be excused kung if I was a bully, parang wala na akong pake doon, 'di ba? But for someone to go out of their way, 'di ba, and to reach out, 'di ba? So it's really something kasi nga, I mean, ano kasi parang they're being accountable also for their actions, 'di ba? So, their life actions kumbaga. And yun yung isang na-observe ko hearing your story and connecting it with what Ace was sharing earlier about last week's episode. But if I may also share, Bianx, parang it's nice also what you shared earlier, eh, yung perspective mo na when it made you find God in that moment. I mean um kasi it's, I won't say it's rare, but is yung age natin yun yung high school kasi parang medyo yun nga yung time na tumatakbo muna yung iba palayo from God eh, kasi parang i-explore ko muna yung mundo, di ba? Parang I have to experience all of these, di ba? Parang ganun. Whereas ikaw, parang it's nice na it was this moment, this sweet moment with you and God, and how kumbaga how he enclosed you into that bubble of protection of not really, 'di ba, getting that brunt of yung that hurt or pain. Of course, I'm sure you, from what you were sharing earlier, medyo mabigat naman talaga hearing it. I mean, ako mismo just to hear about it. I mean, I know you sabi mo nga that's past and 'di ba? And all. But syempre for us who hear about it, we were like Angela, 'di ba? Like we were there we were there with you eh. But kumbaga, we didn't know what you were going through in a way, 'di ba? Parang ganun. So, it's nice that you thank you for sharing that. I mean, sige, Ace, sorry.
I just wanted to say na I want to, of course it wasn't right at the time nung time na yun. Pero I want to give credit then to those who reached out to you, Bianca, and sila pa yung nag-apologize talaga, and that's something it shows also where we are now, in terms of maturity and understanding then, and I'm really happy that it turned out, in kumbaga good news yung kinalabasan din, even if it took such a long time and we hindi natin na remedy at the time, but at least it turned out well. So I just wanted to express din yung on the other side din, as Ana said last week, yung when she told her daughter na yung daughter niya is quote unquote the victim, but you'll get through this. Yung bully mo, she'll be carrying this for quite some time. So I just want to give credit then to those who contacted you and apologized to you.
I also want this somehow to be a teachable moment. I mean, for the ones watching, kasi like what I was sharing, and like a lot also have kids na eh, 'di ba? So parang what about you, Bianca? Like is there any, can you share something like kung if there are na ay shucks yung kids ko, or I observe this from my kids, parang I think they're bullied, like how can is there something that you can share na I don't know, advice or something
Advice
na
or something
For
to say.
parents whose kids are being bullied, kasi
Amen.
we don't have kids yet, so
But-
siguro definitely be there for your kids, because I mean, I don't know if there should be a trigger warning. I'm not very uncomfortable talking about it, but I don't know if just let me know if there's a limit to the podcast and what we can talk about. But anyway,
No.
of course, we fortunately, I was strong, fortunately, but some kids aren't that strong, diba? I mean, some cyberbullying pa lang. I don't know if you guys can imagine the worst that can happen. But that some people, basta, I mean, really bad things have happened because of bullying. And so there, I mean,
Would it
you
have
know,
would it
what?
have mattered like if someone reached out to, let's say, kasi I'm trying to see naman in your perspective, like would it have mattered during that time if someone asked you talaga, are you being bullied, parang ganon, to somehow make a difference or to stand up on your behalf, yung something like that, parang
Parang a teacher or something?
oh yeah, or ano, like kasi 'di ba sometimes kung nabully ka tatahimik ka na lang eh. So
Oh.
kami as parents, we really don't know what's going on, 'di ba? So if we say, "Are you okay?" "I'm fine," or "I don't want to talk about it," 'di ba?
Oo.
So parang 'di ba? So is it something like would it have mattered more if someone really ayun, sige si Angela.
Based dun sa ako I never told my dad kasi nung high school kasi wala ni mom ko. Si Hermes ang nagbuko sa kapatid ko. Tumawag siya sa bahay, tapos sabi niya, Ate Arlene, si Angela umiiyak kanina. Tumakbo na ako sa kwarto ko noon para hindi ako makita na nasa school umiiyak ako from school, sa school bus, hanggang bahay. Talagang walang tigil na iyak.
Oh no.
Nagsumbong si Hermes sa kapatid ko.
Si Hermes yung whistleblower.
The next day yata, the next day or 2 days later, she went to Bene. Lumapit kay Mampang. Tropa-tropa
High
sila
school.
ni Mampang eh.
This was high school.
Oo. Tapos si Hermes, nagpaparinig sa klase, hala, nandyan yung kapatid ni Angela. Naku, nakakatakot yan. Biglang yung nang-bully sa akin nung araw na yun, bigla siyang nag-disappear. Nag-cutting pa ata.
Oh, wow.
Kasi nga natakot dahil
Oo.
nandun si Erwin, katabi pa niya si Mampang at si Kambaw. Tapos nakaupo lang sila doon sa bench. Tapos sabi niya, parang nakita niya ako, parang turo mo. Sabi ko, wala na siya eh.
Paano mo na siya makikita eh? Katabi mo yung Super Mario Brothers.
Pero,
Dalawa yung katabi mo.
oo nga si Ma.
Kaya parang in a way, thank you Hermes. Kasi,
Oo.
una galit na galit ako kay Hermes kasi bakit mo sinabi sa kapatid ko?
Sinumbong ka. Kanya,
My life is supposed to be all fine and dandy. They shouldn't know about this. Parang pag tinanong nila ako, how are you in school? Okay, boring. It's boring.
Yeah.
I don't wanna.
That's the question ni Sai eh. Like parang how should the situation have been na para sabihin mo kay Arlene yun, sabihin mo kay ate mo na may mga ganun, or sa parents mo na may mga ganun nangyayari. It took a strong personality like Hermes to quote unquote come to your aid. 'Di ba? Parang ganun yung
nangyayari. Dahilan bakit niya ako sinumbong kasi galit din ako sa kanya kasi kasama din siya sa nakitawa. So sabi ko, paano ba ibigan kita? Nakitawa ka pa. Tapos sorry siya sa akin. Tapos ayoko siya usapin. Nagsinumbong na niya ako.
Pero maganda yung example mo actually kasi yung yun tama. So with relation kasi parang
that's a good
na-realize
question.
mo eh, 'di ba? Parang shucks. It 'di ba after Hermes did that, it was a positive for you,
Oh,
'di ba?
actually, yeah. Parang
parang
medyo
looking
kumbaga dahil nga my sister went to Bene
Yeah.
and alam ni Ace ko gaano katake ang itsura ng kapatid ko. So, she's like 5 feet flat.
Oo.
Pero takot ako sa
pero
kanya.
feisty.
Pero yun it made you realize.
Takot ako sa kanya di hamak pero naitulak niya ako, nagbuhat niya ako, natulak niya ako papunta sa ref nung nag-away kami one time.
Oo.
So,
It made you realize na parang shucks, if I voice out pala,
Oh my goodness.
'di ba? I can get I can get help, parang ganun.
yeah, pero kasi nung time na yun, like from grade school hanggang high school, wala naman talaga ako permanent set of friends until second year high school. Meron akong parang minsan kasama mag-lunch, minsan hindi. Kumbaga wala akong masasabi, except grade 5 yan, medyo may naging group talaga ako.
Mas
Kasi
steady.
nung dating ng grade 6, iba na section ko. So hindi na parang hindi ganun ka-solid. Tapos sa grade 6 din, ganun. Tapos first year, second year. Second year kasi nag-COCC ako nun. So, they were stuck with me.
Yeah.
Whether they liked it or not, di ba? I mean, it's a good
Exactly,
thing na yung mga kasama ko sa COC. Second year COCC noon, mababait. Pero when I quit, yun na naman, wala na naman. Kasi talagang, parang na naman akong lost lang. Pero, I mean, I've always been a loner, so okay lang. Hindi man ako, I mean, hindi ko naman kailangan lagi may kasama. Nainis nga ako yung tipong, samahan mo ako sa CR. Bakit? Ang init-init yun eh. Yung ganong mentality ng babae na kailangan sama-sama dito.
Yeah.
Kaya mo yun. So parang parang nung third year, nung naging friends ko sila Yvette Zapa, sila Richie Mistal, sila Grace Periquet, Jenna, bakit yun? Parang nagkaroon ako ng, wala nang nag-bully sa akin nun. Kasi, meron akong may backup na ako. And papansinin niyo
lagot sila kay Yvette.
Pag-break, laging nasa malayo. Hindi kami pupwesto pag lunch, gano'n. Doon kami lagi sa may tennis court. O kaya doon sa covered court, doon sa with covered court gym. Doon kami palagi. Kasi parang
okay.
stay away from everyone. So, walang gulo, di ba? Parang there's no opportunity para magkaroon ng conflict with anybody else. So, pag kunwari may mga away sa amin, sige, puntahan nyo kami dito. hindi kami lalapit sa iyo, puntahan nyo kami dito, parang gano'n. So, and hindi rin naman ako makapang-away nun, except pag lalaki. Turo sa akin yung nanay ko kasi magpapatol sa babae at saka mas maliit sa'yo. Kasi, kahit nung time na hindi man ako ganito kalaki, I was strong. I was strong for my, pero
may konting athleticism ka naman dahil dun sa mga monkey natin ng grades. Medyo na-training ka namin ng
calisthenics yun, ha? Body weight yun.
Na-train namin si Angela kahit paano. So, but I wanted to mention kasi may kinoment si Hermes. And I got this same comment then when I was telling some people about the podcast before tonight. Sabi ni Hermes, hindi ka daw loner. And I remember then some people mentioning, si Angela kabarkada niya sila Yvette, blah blah blah. And I just remember I mentioned to you na kasi I would notice sometimes na parang maglalakad ka from the canteen to students lounge na mag-isa lang ganyan. And sabi ko in one of our conversations Jelen, na parang you are ahead of your time in terms of independent thinking kasi nga pag papasama sa CR ayaw mo ganyan. And then you were just fine by yourself as opposed to, let's say, compared to ako naman, parang ayokong makitang mag-isa ako. Ayoko nung wala akong kasama. I had to cling on to somebody, si Jaime or si Ralph, 'di ba? Or si Sai, ganyan. Laging kailangan may kasama. I had to be part of the football team or part of whatever. Parang that was me. That was just me. So parang at that time, hindi ko naintindihan. I didn't understand yung independence mo. Na that you were able to cultivate na kahit sino pwede mong kasama in the end.
I mean, if you're nice to me, if you talk to me nicely, sige, usap tayo, gano'n. Pero kung medyo naging bastos na or naging nangaasar ka na, wala ka sa buhay mo. Pero pag talagang napikon ako sa'yo, pag lalo na kung lalaki ka, babatukan kita. Sino dito mga nasa bunutan ko na nabatukan ko?
Oh my God.
Suki yan si Ace.
I think ako medyo siguro ako.
Siya pinapractice ako.
Grade school. Sorry, baka you might want to refresh my memory kung may mga nagawa din ako sa iyo nung high school. Mga grade school na
high school,
naalala.
hindi na talaga napapansinan nun except pag kunwari susunduin ka ng mami mo. So yung sa akin, sabay ka. Sige.
Oo nga, nalimutan ko na rin yun. But yeah, tama kasi nga, tama na din yun.
I mean, so, pero yung sa inyo naman kasi, I mean, iba rin yung relationship nung parang pagkababata kayo di ba? Parang iba rin yung if you were playmates na before.
It's a different situation diba? With what Bianca mentioned. But I'm not happy about it if I, looking back dun sa mga, syempre may mga times na pinaiyak ko si Jella. I'm not happy about it now. It's not something na pinagmamalaki ko sa anak ko.
Iyak ako after like 5 minutes. Laro na naman ulit.
Laro na ulit. Yeah.
Kailangan lang, I just have to release yung tears lang yung parang frustration ko. Kasi sabi nga ng nanay ko, masama daw manggulpe.
And kaya mo. And that time, kaya mo.
Nag-away kami ni Dwayne. Yung pinaka-away namin, yung umabot sa point na nakadagal na ako, sinasapa ko na siya kasi ayaw niya ako tigilan. Buti hindi nangyari sa school yun. Kasi isang batok lang tumitigil na sila.
Pero sorry, parang the observing the two of you, parang yun yung parang yun yung sinasabi ko na parang naisip ko na yung if you grew up together, iba rin yung away nyo ng mga maliliit eh. Parang yung sabi mo nga, Jella, di ba? Iyak ka lang sandali, ganyan. Parang iba rin yun eh. Parang kumbaga, and then as you went through high school na, I mean, sabi mo, hindi mo sa akin nag-uusap but at certain times, but it was just more of we all just grew up and we had different set of friends, di ba? But maintained the same respect nung knowing that this guy or this girl was my playmate when I was growing up. Di ba? Parang ganun ba?
Parang kaya sa school, hindi na naman kami nagpapansinan, di ba? Parang parang nakakasawa na. Hindi, tsaka, I mean, iba naman talaga yung, we were never classmates. Actually, muntik na kami classmates.
Oo nga, no?
Grade 2. Kasi dapat morning session. Lipat ako ng morning from panghapon ng grade 2. Problema, nagkaroon ng miscommunication with the school. Nilagay uli ako sa panghapon. So, kalagitnaan ng first or second assessment yata. Saka ako nilipat ng umaga. Close day section nyo. So, dapat sa inyo talaga ako lilipat. Dapat magaling magklase tayo nun. Okay. So, nilipat ako sa ibang section. So, yun. Saka muna may tanong si Hermes, kamusta naman daw si Takeshi?
Si Hermes. Grabe yung mga hugot ni Hermes.
Recipient ng aking
okay. Okay.
Actually, nakita kami college. First year college, taga Saints ko ako. May girlfriend siya na 2 batches higher sa akin. Nakaibigan ko din. Na taga dyan sa Santa Cecilia. Kailangan, para kaming course masscom. May kailangan siyang project, parang radio drama. So, kailangan niya yung mga tao na mag-reading, kumaga mag-act. Kaya kami, we were part of a theater group together. So, sabi niya, sakto. I mean, you'll be in school and malapit ng bahay mo, pwede tayo mag-practice. So, sabi niya, sige, sabay ka sa akin pa uwi. So, sige. So, nasa labas kami ng Saints ko. Sabi, yun yung boyfriend ko. Pagbaba ng bintana, nakagana ko, hi!
Well, hello.
Tapos hindi kami nag-uusap. Talagang very awkward. Tapos nung pauwi na, uwi na ako. Sabi nung friend ko, sige, Takeshi, hatid mo. Awkward. Talagang nandun ako sa kotse, sa harapan ng kotse. Parang, hi.
Pero alam niyang batchmate. Aware siyang batchmate kayo?
Eventually, sinabi na lang sa kanya. Pero nung time na yun, parang...
Okay.
I think Sai, kung...
Parang kayo ng taga Bene, di ba?
I think kung mabatukan ka or tawag dito, masabunutan ka ni Angela, baka hindi mo na makakalimutan talaga. Pero she didn't know na like may kayo na you knew each other, more than just acquaintance.
She had an idea, pero hindi niya alam na naging magkaklase kami grade 6, first year high school, na yung dynamic namin dalawa. Yung actually dynamic namin was still the same kasi pag may nililigawan siya or may naging girlfriend siya na parang medyo ka-close ko, naging mabait siya sa akin. Parang kasi syempre, di ba, kailangan niyo
pag-good shot.
Sige, asarin mo pa si Angela, break na tayo. Parang ganun. So, parang iwas ganun. Mabait siya sa akin pag Kaya parang lagi ko pinagdadasal, sana girlfriend siya. Parang, sige na, please, sagutin mo na. Kahit ayaw mo sa kanya, sagutin mo na, please. Ganun. Kahit hindi kami close ng girl, syempre parang ayaw mo naman ng bully na boyfriend, di ba? So, laging sinasabi na, parang, tigilan mo yung pang-aasar mo sa kanya. So talagang pinagdadasal ko palagi pag may nililigawan siya, Lord, sana po sagutin siya. Pero binugbog ko nga yung sabi
shout out
niya.
to Takeshi.
Isang beses talagang binugbog ko, tapos siya yung napunta sa prefect.
Oh my goodness.
Anong year to? Anong year?
You beat him up? Oh my God.
Well, not really. Ano lang,
I mean,
Yeah.
hawak ko lang siya with my left hand, tapos my right hand was striking my right hand. Pag ganun. So,
Yeah,
ganun.
that's beating him up.
Pero wala naman siyang pasa or anything. Pero kasi talagang, pero siya yung na-prefect kasi may proof eh. Mayroon siyang,
Anong year to?
Ha?
Anong year?
First year.
First year.
Mayroon siyang nilagay dun sa, sa bulletin board. Yung mga, di ba may classroom improvement.
Bulletin
Sa
board
likod, yun sa likod.
Kaya ano namin, parang, ano namin, it was like graffiti. Wala siya nung, hindi siya kasama nung ginawa yun. So, nung pagdating ng next Monday, nagsulat siya with black pentel pen. Lahat kami colorful. Tapos may sinulat siya about me. Tapos kita-kita kahit malayo. Talagang, and sobrang foul talaga yung sinulat niya. So, pinunit kong ganun. Ginano ko sa mukha niya. Tapos ginano ko. Tapos nakita nung teacher, advisor namin, pinag-ikulay kami. Pinakita ko kagad yung sinulat niya.
Oo.
Sabi, Angela, baba ka muna, cool off. Ikaw, go to the prefect's office. So yung mukha niya parang, bakit ako?
Namampang siya nun
He started it, kumbaga.
Namampang
Which
siya.
is actually wrong. Actually, come to think of it, mali yung mga, kasi turo din sa akin ng mga teachers na pag inasar ka, pag sinulit ka, ganunin mo din. Pag inasar ka, parang lalo na pag lalaki, pwede kong batukan. Nang hindi ako na reprimand. Which, if now that I think about it, kung yung anak ko, di ba, parang, huwag mo gagawin yun.
Huwag mo wag.
Well, I think there's a
Sasabihin,
fine line eh, 'di ba? There's a fine line when you can respond physically. At saka ikaw naman, hindi mo naman ginagawa yun on a regular basis na nananakit ka, 'di ba?
Laging kailangan may trigger.
Oo,
show
diba?
them na hindi ka magpapaano.
Kasi may ibang parent, there's a parenting style na gano'n na you parang if somebody steps up on you, 'di ba? Don't back down or 'di ba
Pero
pakita mo
problema
na.
kasi sa akin pag babae, hindi ako lumalaban eh. Kahit physically,
yeah.
kahit verbally. Kasi pag verbally, kasi hirap ako, madaldal ako sa madaldal. Pero hindi ko kayang express yung feelings ko verbally.
Yeah, especially pag naka-heightened na, di ba?
Lalo na pag gano'n, parang, kaya buti nga natuto ko magmura. Kasi kahit pa paano ngayon, dinadaan ko na lang sa mura eh. Pero dati talaga hindi pa ako, iyak na lang ako. Hindi na ako lalaban, parang suko na ako. Kaya ngayon, yung like, sa grade 6, mga first year high school, ganun. Parang medyo talaga, hanging on a thread na ako nun. Na parang gusto ko nang mag-quit ng school. Alam mo yung ganun?
Because of
namatay pa yung mami ko.
Because
So,
of
parang,
being bullied.
Sabi ko, wala pa. So parang, I wanted to, bumabagsak talaga ako na wala akong pakialam sa grades ko and everything. Kumbaga, second year na lang ako medyo, I picked myself up.
I remember that kasi I remember both your parents, your mom and your dad, super bait yan sa akin. I don't know why. Pero memories ko sa kanila, mabait sila sa akin despite everything na pag naglalaro tayo. I guess kasi hindi mo nga ako sinusumbong sa kanila. And I understand nga if nawala yung nung when your mom passed na, parang I remember that was a very hard time for you nga and that was first year ba? That was first year high school?
Grade 6.
Grade 6. Oo.
As in,
So
imagine mo parang religion, bumagsak ako.
Yeah. Who does that, di ba?
So yun, parang lang, parang medyo...
How did you obviously you recovered. And I remember you also recovered within high school, 'di ba? Parang yun nga, nagkaroon ka ng friends nung was having friends the thing that helped you, or was it more internal sa'yo?
It was combination kasi din meron ako friends dito not sa neighborhood, hindi sa Philab, pero within the neighboring subdivisions like BF, Santa Cecilia, kasi nga I was part of a theater org. Tapos they brought me to kumbaga, I was part of the parish youth council and parish youth choir. So medyo may konting religious aspect din. At the same time, dahil they were also like my friends side of school. Na pag kung ano yung nakikita niyo sa school sa akin na magulo buhok na hindi nagsusuklay, na sobrang luwag ng clothes, na parang walang pakialam sa buhay, naglalakad mag-isa, iba ako sa kanila. So sa kanila, they saw like me for who I really was. So parang ang iniisip ko na lang noon is like, there's always after school. I just have to go through like how many hours, and then when I get home, minsan nga, pag pababa ng school bus, binabagsak ko na lang yung bag ko dun sa garahe namin. Tapos I would, lakad na ako nun. Lalakad na ako, pupunta ako sa bahay ng best friend ko, sa bahay ng mga ibang kaibigan ko, sa tambayan namin. Tapos, yun nga, hanapin ako ng tatay ko. Parang, anong oras na? Nasaan ka? Tapos, or yun nga, pag every weekend, may choir practice kami. So, parang, yun na lang, inaano ko na I had something to look forward to outside. Yeah. Nung time na yun, parang gusto ko nang gumraduate. Tapos nung pagka nakagraduate na ng college na, I mean, even middle of college, parang sana high school na lang ako ulit. Nung college, na ako medyo, lalo kasi I transferred schools. I was, walang pwede mambuli sa akin kasi takot sa akin yung mga tao. Kasi kasi everybody knew that I was transferee. It was a small school. So pag transferee, iniisip nila may ginawang kalokohan sa dati school.
Okay.
Tahimik lang, loner type. Nandun ako sa likod ng classroom. Hindi ako nagsasalita. Pag tinatanong ako ng prof namin, nasasagot ko kasi tinuro naman sa atin nung high school. So parang sa loob ko, ano ba to? Parang, back in high school? Parang, tinuro na sa atin to eh. So bigla na lang may nakapaligid sa akin, gustong handang mangopya pag may quiz. Tapos yung minsan pa, nangaasar pa ako doon sa prof ko. Yung mga sagot ko, medyo barubal. Ganun. So parang, everybody's like, uy, scary tong babaeng to. Tapos the only people na lumapit sa akin was yung mga the scary people din. Pero hindi naman sila bullies or anything. Pero yun sila yung mga tipong, don't mess with us. So sila yung naging friends ko. So, ang nangyari naman doon was like all the rumors na pwede mong makuha. Ano mo yung tipong ilang beses na ako nabuntis, napalaglag, naging addict in a span of 2 years sa eskwelahan na yun. Parang umabsent lang ako ng 1 linggo dahil may sakit ako.
Nag-adventure ka na sa India, gano'n.
Nagpa-rehab, nakulong.
Wow.
So pagpasok ko the next week, lahat sila nakatingin sa akin, parang, akala ko ba na to? Kaya na niya maglakad agad? Dude, may tarangkaso akong malupit.
Parang yung movie na ECA na parang yung one rumor parang nag-snowball lang ito.
But yeah, sorry, but it's nice also. I mean, thanks for sharing that, Angela. Yung partly nga yun yung yung din nung goal nung episode today. That's why we called it Misunderstood. Kasi like, it's nice hearing from both of you. Kasi parang yun nga, parang I think it's funny that we're just looking back at it 25 years later. But then again, alam mo yun, parang shocks. I'm sure some of the people listening to it, parang shocks. Okay, parang like yun yan, say like, it's a personality thing lang talaga that wala, I'm independent wala akong pake kahit ano, di ba? But to someone looking at it lang, di ba? Like sinasabi nga ni Ace, ayaw niya mag-isa kasi baka ibang tao isipin, di ba? So kumbaga more on parang yun yan, misunderstood lang talaga yung mga bagay-bagay, di ba? Na yung to one sabihin, shucks, mag-isa lang siya, wala siyang kaibigan parang loser to, di ba? Parang gano'n. But on the other hand, parang ayoko, parang ay okay, gusto ko lang mag-isa ako di ba? Pwede naman yun, di ba? Parang
Goods
ganun
na
eh.
ako eh. Di ba? I'm good.
Oo, di ba? So, yun yung which is nice kasi parang yun, I mean, it just proves a point that during that time, like I'm pretty sure that we really misunderstood a lot of the other people around us, 'di ba? Even the ones that we thought who were like really cool or really parang at their A game, 'di ba? Hindi mo alam grabe pala yung pinagdadaanan, 'di ba? Parang iba-iba lang talaga yung dynamics natin nung
Di ba
time
nung
na yun
Mr.
na.
Treat naglabasan lahat yung mga yan?
Sorry?
Mr. Treat naglabasan lahat yung mga yan. Like,
Oo.
meron isang girl na she never really bullied me pero ano talaga, tuwing nakikita niya ako, parang feeling ko yung mata niya pupunta na sa likod ng ulo niya sa roll ng eyes pag nakikita niya ako. Pero
Okay.
then I heard nung retreat na may sinabi siya about her family and I was like, oh shit. Like, buti, parang, sorry. Tingin ko sa'yo, sorry, tingin ko sa'yo, bitch, pero, sorry.
Oo.
Okay. Oo nga. I had this comment from, this was the, one of the notions I was trying to, sabi nga ni Mark, you guys were more free in a sense than other people kasi you didn't have to conform, di ba? You didn't have to conform to, to the quote-unquote, the norm back then. Tama naman.
I mean,
Pero
it would have been
that's a different thing, Angela, yung sa retreat na at nung retreat nga makikita mo yung sides ng ibang mga tao di ba? So, that's a good parang good revelation or learning din sa side mo.
Yung about non-conforming. Actually, it would be nice. It would have been nice if we were like accepted by everyone. Pero kung hindi, di sige, fine. I actually, nung second year high school, I actually wrote, ito naman tayong yung parang book na na parang pag homeroom, na may nilagay ako doon, na parang ang sinagot ko, I've never felt accepted by this class.
Journal, I think it was the journal ba? Yun ba yun? Was that the journal?
It was in the journal, pero yung book na talaga, pang homeroom talaga na book.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I think I remember something like that.
Sinulat ko, tapos binasa ko in front of the class. Tapos pinull out ako ng teacher ko. Akala ko, i-comfort ako. Sinabihan ako, bakit mo sinabi yun? Ganun eh. Ganun ang feeling ko eh. Hindi man talaga ako welcome dito eh. Parang ganun. Pero wala akong nanakit nung sinabi ko yun.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm not
matter of factly lang. Yun nga di ba? Yun yung inaan natin eh. It's a fine line to being misunderstood and di ba parang yung sinishare nga ni Bianca earlier, di ba parang of course we all want to belong din naman kasi in one way or another, di ba? But then again, belonging into something takes a bit of understanding also from the people around it, di ba? Na kaya nga tayo our small circles kasi medyo may mga wavelength tayo na di ba same humor or di ba same fashion sense or whatever, same alam mo yun, same hilig ganyan, di ba? But
sobrang hiwalay ako talaga sa lahat. Humor, fashion sense, talaga. Weirdo ako talaga.
Checklist mo sa'yo eh. Binigyan mo na checklist eh.
Hindi. Kanya-kanyang tribe, yun na lang.
Yeah.
Parang, di ba? Parang, ano lang naman eh. Parang, I mean, kasi like ako, to Bianca, to Jella's point nga kanina, parang kasi when she was talking about Bianca, ganun din kasi ako eh. Parang, hindi kasi, that's why siguro, like ako nga, kinukwento ko nga sa wife ko rin that we're doing this episode, misunderstood, ganun sabi ko nga sa kanya, well babe, I'm just glad that feeling ko I was nice naman to them. Parang ganun sabi ko sa kanya. But yung in a way kasi parang sabi nga Angela kanina kay Bianca yung sa braces pa lang niya. I approach it kasi with more curiosity all the time eh. 'Di ba? Than judgment, 'di ba? Parang dapat na hopefully sana ganun karamihan, 'di ba? Na ba't kaya ganun, 'di ba? Rather than tignan mo siya, 'di ba? Parang ganun, 'di ba? Parang although admittedly I wouldn't say na baka hindi naman ako nagmamalinis na alam naman natin na kami ni Michael Ong ay may history. So, kumbaga, I mean, I mean, hindi ko naman siya binuli ng ano, parang kumbaga, medyo nakikisama din ako pag,
not to the point na gusto niyang umalis ng Bene.
hindi naman. I
No,
mean,
hindi naman.
nag-usap naman kami after nung high school. Pero kumbaga, so nakikisakay din ako minsan nung nag-aasaran ng mga nag-aasaran dati. Tsaka na pina-prefect na din ako niyan ni Michael Ong nung first day natin nung high school. So yung gano'n. But yun kasi
It's
so
gotta be some record.
oo. So I mean, yun lang siguro parang ano kasi interesting lang yung na-share nga ni Jella kanina na minsan kasi yung curiosity, more curious than ano. Tapos yun nga. So nagpapatong-patong sa bata, tapos since bata tayo, that age pa, 'di ba? Parang kumbaga sabi nga ni Jella, minsan kasi kahit I mean, wala akong beef sa'yo, but I'm also trying to deal with my own existence in the circles around my class, 'di ba? Parang
Preservation muna bago iba.
oh, 'di ba? Parang ganoon eh.
Human
So,
nature.
at that age lalo na, 'di ba? So I mean, it's not an excuse sa atin lahat, pero kumbaga ano, I mean, yun lang talaga yung pinagdadaanan natin growing up, and how we progress from that really helps us move forward. 'Di ba? Sige, sorry.
No, okay lang. I want to ask Bianca sana, kasi we've heard a lot of stories din from Angela in terms of high school and yung mga ginagawa sa kanya. You mentioned nung grade 6 was probably the one of the worst na experience mo. Would you say
Nakamute
sa
ka, Bianca. You're on mute, Bianca.
I got her.
Okay.
Yeah. Would you say sa high school, would you say na you said that naman you found God and you got a bit more religious, and that's you were when you were with si super friend, at least you had a bit more security. Did it improve the rest of high school? Parang kumbaga at that point on, no, hindi pa rin. Parang
like what I said, grade 6 was kind of like the starting point.
Starting point. Okay.
So, and then, you know what? Ngayon, kasi parang I remember, I don't know why I tried to remember the specifics. Maybe I was thinking in case you guys wanted specifics. But you know what? It's weird. I don't know if the women, mga kabatch natin that have given birth can relate. But they say that giving birth is so painful that what do you call this, parang defense mechanism na yon na women tend to forget after they see the baby. That's why they give birth again and again. So parang ako, it was similar, like it was just all a big bad blur. For some reason I tried to remember specifics, but it's like it's hard. It's hard to remember specifics in high school because yun nga, I guess it was just so painful. It was just all a big bad blur, like a really bad blur. But yun nga, again, I'm not saying it to put anybody down. I don't want this to be a sad podcast because I'm not sad right now. So I'm very happy. I've moved on.
I like what you texted. I like what you texted to me. You said that you were happy and you want everybody to be happy then.
Yes. Diba?
That's such a beautiful thing to say coming from you.
Huh?
That's such a beautiful thing to say coming from you.
Oh,
I mean, you just want everyone to get along and be happy.
Yeah. Oh, diba? I mean, isn't this, and then well, of course, I mean, ngayon ka lang naisip, parang if anybody wants to, I mean, yeah, of course, I mean, diba, parang isn't this supposed to be sort of like a happy vlog, at least for the most part, parang or if we're gonna talk about something serious, diba, is it the point like growth or some,
Yes,
diba, something
yes,
like that, resilience. So yeah, diba, and besides it's been 25 years, diba, ang tagal na.
Actually, what you said nga, parang forgetting things. Actually, yung mga talagang really painful things that happen. I don't remember them anymore. I mean, yung kinukwento ko kay Hermes, yun yung naalala ko. Yung yung last part na, pero yung actual na pinag-awayan namin or actual na pang-asar sa akin nung hindi ko ko ang pangalan niya.
Yeah, me too.
I forgot her name. Alam mo, naging parang selective retention para sa akin. I mean, I remember the funny moments kasi there was always something funny that comes out of it. Even if di ako natawa nung time na yun, pero like thinking about it now, parang
Hindi, ako I remember people, but I don't remember the things they said. Pero yun nga, like what I said, I don't want to name names anymore kasi, it's in the past, tagal na. But yeah, it's weird. Ako, I remember people. Pero I don't, you asked me about the things they said, I don't remember. I just know they were very hurtful. So yun, it was 4 years din na and I wasn't like Angela na assertive, ganyan. So I mean, Angela knows that. The two of you know that. So in a way, it was even harder for me because I kept it all inside.
Yeah.
So that was like really bad, and then what do you call this? And then my situation pa at home was bad then. So parang wow, ako I had nowhere to turn. Kaya talagang ang ginagawa ko bus service pa kami ni Sai noon. So I would take the absolute last trip and then magkukulong ako sa library. That was my strategy po. Kasi nga I mean, the best time for me was after school because syempre sa library, di ba? Nobody could tease you in the library.
Yes.
Syempre, lahat na nakauwi, di ba? So parang I would stay talaga there until mga 5 or something. And ayun. And then I would take the last trip going home. So that was my strategy to cope.
Yeah.
Pero ayun, I mean, now that I think about it, parang I think about how strong the human a human being can be. I don't know. I took up psych in college, so and I'm not going to go into details, but there's this psychiatrist that he developed this method of therapy in the concentration camp in I don't know where it was, but in he was an Austrian psychologist. Tapos sabi nga niya, parang the human being can withstand anything. Just don't ask how. So, ayun.
Galing nun. It's just everybody has a coping mechanism to just deal with things. We can all just. And it's nice. It's nice na the both of you have dealt with the shit already and and come out stronger and better
We're
for it.
actually lucky kami ni Bianca kasi
Sorry. I'm
kasi
sorry.
we were bullied during that time na wala pang
Sira
social
mo.
media.
Uy, Mark, sira ka.
I'm sorry. I had to take this up.
Sorry.
I mean, wala pa social media noon. Kasi
Yun pa, yeah.
being able to see and look at your bully in the eye.
Yes.
Alam mo
That's right.
parang tatandaan kita pag may ganung feeling Pero pag yung mga cyberbullying ngayon, awang-awa ako sa mga bata. Parang, uy! Parang if you can't put your face there, huwag ka magsalita. If you can't say who you are, tantanan mo yung bata. Parang gusto ko awayin yung mga cyberbullies na yun.
When Bianca was saying about sa library lang siya parang na-imagine ko kasi ang kulit kasi nung nakakatawa yung idea na yung wala naman kasing bully sa library, di ba? Na parang susunod sa'yo, parang, pero bubulong, parang, ay, Bianca. So, parang, di ba? Kasi, parang hanggang library. Di ba? Parang ganun wala.
Uy, pero
Sai.
minsan
Sai.
Papalabitin ka,
Hindi mo
kukulitin ka sa library.
May gano'n. Oh.
Ganun din. Minsan wala akong takas.
Yung ginagawa ko sa library kasi dati ligaw Hindi mo mabuli. Make love, not war tayo.
Ako na nagpalamig.
Ayun, no. Ayun.
Nag-aircon lang, pag ano.
Ang advantage ng pagiging loner is na-observe ko lahat.
Yes, yan. That's the one, yeah.
Alam ko kaagad kung kunwari yung kunwari kaibigan ko, sabihin niya, crush ko yan. Sabi ko, wag na yan, may diligawan yan. Paano man nila? Hindi mo yung punta. Hindi pa maipay.
Oh, yeah.
Hindi na magpapaypay ng sarili pinapaypayan yung nililigawan.
Iniligawan, yeah.
Sabi ko, may nililigawan yan. Tapos susundan nila pag tingnan, ay, oo nga. So, yung na-observe ko lahat, yung mga kung sino nasa library para manligaw, sino yung para matulog, sino, sino yung mga nag-aaral talaga, which is very, very konti lang. So yun, parang ano lang, gusto ko lang yung, parang I always seen myself as like, I'm outside looking in.
Jella, si Ace, anong na-observe mo kay Ace nun?
Ay, hindi ko in-observe yan.
No high school.
hindi ko talaga literal talagang kasi parang yun nga, tagal na namin magkakilala ba't ka parang observe?
Tama.
Actually, relieved ako dun sa answer niya kasi I was half expecting na, alam mo yung si Ace tarantado yun nung third year, may ginawa yan sa akin. Buti nilang walang ganun.
Hindi, wala. Kasi nga, parang hindi ka na interesting subject para sa akin.
Wala na novelty eh. Wala na.
So parang 400 yung batch natin, iba naman yung pagtutuunan ko ng pansin.
Oo naman, Diyos ko naman, kaya baka lalo tayo mapagkamalan yan.
Loko ka, Getty.
Baka lalo na naman tayong mapagbintangan yan. Ayun.
Kamali na naman.
But, sige, balikan ko
sige.
lang si
Yeah,
Bianca.
go.
Parang, I would understand how, sabi mo, it didn't get any better as much as you'd like it to be. Parang, lalo na nung naging classmates kasi tayo, I mean, I've observed din kasi how some people would have treated you also nung third year tayo eh. Ano yung aside from, did you have like any kahit isa, I mean, any person na natatakbuhan mo rin at that time nung high school tayo?
Did you have anyone to confide to, ganun?
Oo.
Or teacher or guidance counselor? That's for you, Bianca.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was you were talking to Angela. Meron, pero like I had this. It was a very sporadic support system. Like once in a while, there would be somebody who would help briefly, and then wala na. So it was like really hard. At most of the time, yun nga, like what I said, it was a big bad blur. Most of the time, I only had myself. Pero yeah, may siyempre guidance counselor. Anytime matatakbuhan ko, diba? But I don't know, for some odd reason, hindi ako masyadong tumakbo sa guidance counselor at that time. So I don't know. It was like a lot of it really was in Lupard, like what I said. Pupunta sa prayer room, library. So yun. That was how I coped, which was, come to think of it, now I'm trying to parang I wonder a bit how I was able to survive that. But I'm grateful I did. I'm grateful I did. I'm grateful. I'm happy now. So
Yeah.
yun, what do you call this? So, yun, it turned out okay. And yun nga, parang ako, but this is kind of like as a joke, no? Parang, like if anybody wants to reach out, or you can feel free to reach out with recommendations if you like, if you know anybody that live in the LA area that have an event, ayan, But, what do you call this?
Plug natin.
But yeah, other than that, everything's okay. You have such a cute dog. What's his name?
How cute.
Polo.
So ayun, what do you call this? Yeah, it's okay. It's really honestly all good.
Ako Bianca, I super really appreciate yung what you're sharing and kumbaga actually partly I think we want to apologize kasi we really don't want to for you to look back on those medyo bad memories naman talaga eh. But it's more of how we can reflect on I mean it's not our intention naman talaga to parang to look back into those But sige, if allow me yung question ko lang. Kunyari, I'm thinking kasi it may also be kasi the small things and the simple things. Like if can you give us like maybe 3 things, if the tipong 3 small things na if someone did this to me nung high school, it would have made it a bit better.
Okay. Well, admittedly, I did have a friend in high school, my best friend, Atanet Kalaik. I don't know. I hope she watches this podcast. That helped a lot, and she wrote something that, oh gosh,
Sino yun?
I
Sorry,
don't know if
I didn't catch the name. Sorry.
Antoinette
Antoinette Kalayag.
Kalayag.
Anton
Yeah.
Kalayag.
She's like really newish. Not new, but she came. I think I don't know whether it was high school na she came in.
Yeah.
So I think
Where is she now? Sorry.
in
You know ba?
in Manila.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we've lost touch, but yeah, I'll always be grateful to her. She wrote this really nice note and said, what do you call this? In summation, no? She said, parang, don't worry about all the bad things, happening to you, or all of the things you feel inside, but this letter is a proof that you'll always have a friend. So yeah, that kind of, that touches me and, makes me, what do you call this? For a bit, I was teary-eyed. Si rumor mill talaga si Hermes.
Hermes
So yeah,
talaga.
first year. Ayun, that touches me thinking about it. The little things that would have made a difference. Syempre, a few friends would have made a difference. A few friends would have been nice. I didn't need I didn't need to be friends with anybody, but being friends with a few people would have been nice. The whole high school experience would have been nice. Pero yun nga, I know I sound like a broken, 3 things, no? Is tolerance sana would have been nice. Like what I said, masaya na ako kung, I know it sounds maladaptive, but at that time, masaya na ako pag in-ignore ako. And I don't know if that's what Angela felt, pero masaya na ako pag in-ignore ako. Not because I wanted to be ignored, but because, if you couldn't accept me, if you couldn't like me, then you could at least ignore me. So it sounds bad, right? It sounds maladaptive. Who wants to be ignored? Pero
just leave me alone, di ba? Parang huwag mo nang don't put salt in the wound na, di ba?
Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is it sounds maladaptive, right? Who wants to be ignored, di ba? Pero at that time, I was being being treated so badly that yun na lang yung hinihingi ko. Kung hindi niyo ako kung hindi niyo ako gusto, huwag niyo akong pansinin. I'll manage to survive anyway, even if I'm ignored. Kasi, I was busy naman with school anyway. School, tapos, tawag mo rito, I could go to the library and go to the prayer room and get by. So, the very least I wanted, I asked was, to be ignored. Parang to me, that was a compromise. If you couldn't like me, then you could ignore me. It wasn't nice. It's not nice to be ignored. Pero syempre, kung hindi mo ako gusto, diba? Parang, I don't have a choice if somebody doesn't like me, right? So, ayun, that's
why would you, diba? Parang bakit mo pang kailangan sirain yung araw mo at araw ko? You don't like me na nga, papansinin mo pa ako. Sira na araw mo, sira pa araw ko. Parang,
Yeah, totoo.
You stay where you are, I stay where I am. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
Diba?
But I didn't want that. But if you don't like me, then what do you call this? Diba? Parang that was the middle ground I could think of, a compromise I could think of, but so ayun, but
parang if you can't be nice, just don't be mean as well. Parang ganun, diba?
Diba? So that was what I would have wanted at the very least. But well, it that didn't happen. But I'm not scarred. I don't get nightmares. I was surprised when somebody asked if I got nightmares. Parang who would get nightmares over that? But no.
Yep.
Nala naman,
Yeah, I think kasi parang siguro din kasi there are different levels of getting bullied in a way na, 'di ba? Yung iba na ini-ignore or iba mild asar. Yung iba, like ako, I remember I got bullied nung second year high school yata tayo.
Huh?
ng ng upper ng third year. So parang sinindak ako, parang talagang so every time so every time I go to my locker, tapos andun siya sa area, nang kinakabahan ako, yung parang
Yeah.
nanginginig ako sa takot
Oo, that's a,
after nung first incident na yun. Yung parang ganun. So parang iba-iba rin kasi, 'di ba? Parang yung effect and ano. So yeah, yun nga parang naalala ko lang, sorry, nung when you mentioned ano. But sige, Bianca, thinking about, 'di ba, so after high school, so syempre, kumbaga college medyo reset 'yan 'di ba? In a way na we're living 'di ba? Either you're in the same school but it's a different set of people, or you're in an entirely new school. So how was college naman?
Yun. That was when tawag mo dito, I don't know. I mean, I just started joining clubs left, right, and center. And so, what do you call this? Parang yun nga, like religious groups like yung kay Angela, and then and I remember parang, oh my God, like my weekends were full, as in, full, like, different religious groups, ganyan, and I was busy with school. Come to think of it, I don't know how I managed. Kasi parang, at least to me, that for my, and then I was, ultimo lunch, may ginagawa ako, nag-aaral ako, and then Dino would visit me at school. Tapos ang gagawin ko, kasi friends kami, nung college.
Kasi
so
kayo ang mas
nag-uusap
super
kami ni
neighbors.
Dino, tapos habang nag-uusap, nag-aaral ako for a quiz, tapos I was eating, so what do you call it, and then I would ask him, okay, anong oras na, kasi meron akong class, and then basta ganon, that was it was different in that way. Syempre there was still a little bit of teasing, pero we were cool.
Meron pa
But
rin.
I remember it was very busy. Sobra.
Okay.
As in, like, I joined like so many clubs at school, and then I also joined so many clubs outside of school, different interests. So
But-
ayun,
But you say na may
it was kind of like
konting,
360, ha?
sabi mo may konting teasing pa rin?
Oo naman. Yeah.
Meron pa rin, okay.
But
Were you able to develop your parang group of friends na rin by that time?
yeah, at that
Compared
time
to high
naman,
school, di ba?
Iba-iba yung groups ko. But there was this one time I was with like this group of friends. Like, we were all girls, pero ang dami namin. And then, syempre college, di ba? So college, so iba-iba na ang schedule mo nun. So, sometimes I would have friends, a lot of these people hindi niyo nakilala, no? So I would have lunch, let's say, with, I don't know, like Hillary siguro, kasi nagkataon kaming dalawa, pareho ang lunch. And then tomorrow, or it would be somebody else. Iba-iba, depende kung kailan free. Pero yun nga, that college na was
Yeah.
an improvement, I
At
mean,
least it was
socialize ako noon, ha?
Parang stark contrast na siya in a way. From, di ba?
I mean,
Oo.
yeah, it was it was an improvement. It was an improvement talaga. So, ayun, that yun, college yun. Doon mas marami akong magandang memories doon sa college. Definitely.
Ikaw, Jella,
Ako?
kamusta
Kasi
college? May mga
college
ginugulpi ka pa ba?
Hindi, actually kasi first year sa ako Saints ko, walang lalaki doon, di ba? Pero merong konti, mga College of Music tsaka Fine Arts. Yung block namin, parang halo-halo kasi kami mga latak ng Mascom. Kumbaga hindi kami kasama doon sa Mascom block. Tapos may mga education, BS Nutrition and Dietetics, tsaka may music. So halo-halo kami. So may kaklase ako na isang na ang last name niya Texon, tapos Vallejo. So lagi kami magkatabi. So ang namin, hindi naman kami hindi asaran bully. Asaran yung mga tipong papakita niya sa akin mukha yung picture ng girlfriend. Hala, pinatulong ka niyan. Ganon. sasapakin. Sinasapakin niya ako pero mild lang. Talaga parang
Friendly banter, gano'n.
all-girls school eh. Parang walang naano yung kamay ko eh. Walang biktima yung kamay ko dun eh. So, parang naging tropa-tropa ko yung ano. Pero yung like, may din ako isang grupo, barkada, na we're still actually friends sa Facebook na pag nagpo-post sila ng mga memories, mga tipong, ang comment ko lang, nandyan pa ako niyan, umalis na ako niyan. Yung ganun. Yung comments ko. So, and then I transferred kasi I had to live with my brother sa San Juan. Kasi I was the only minor in this house and wala nang, yung dad ko nasa States na. My brother and his wife, they're always at work. My sister is at work din. So ako lang yung may iwan. So parang feeling nila, hindi daw ako nag-aaral. Then, basta may issue nangyari. Actually, I actually ran away from home. Nung pagbalik ko, sabi nila, lipat ka na lang ng school dun sa walking distance from my brother's house in San Juan, yung Dominican College. So I would walk to school lang. Tapos yun nga, pagdating ko doon, parang iba yung, ewan ko siguro, I guess it's the Bedan aura. Na parang yung dating ko doon, pag lalakad, titingin sa akin na parang, sino to? Tapos sa classroom, I would sit in the back. Tapos yung mga magbubulungan sila, titignan lang nila ako. Tapos pag natanong ako ng prof, sasagot ako. Yeah. Parang, may mga ibang mga upperclassmen na may mga back subject, sila lalapit sa akin. Sila yung mga naging kaibigan ko. So parang, yung mga don't mess with me type na. So parang naging parang medyo tawag sa medyo siga. Kumbaga. Pero yun nga lang, lagi na pagchichismisan, lahat na ng chismis na pwedeng Tapos, meron pa pala, may kaibigan din sa ako, medyo maiksi yung buhok. Babae. Girlfriend ko daw yun. Sabi ko, nabuntis ako? Chismis? parang, tapos minsan, pero meron iba na medyo mas specific na talaga kailangan ng damage control. Yung mga kaibigan ko parang, uy, there's this guy who's saying na may nangyari daw sa'yo, gano'n.
Yeah.
Sino yan? Tapos sabihin niyo pangalan. Again, sino yan? Hindi ko makakilala. Tapos papakita sa akin picture. Yan. Okay, nung sa party kagabi, nag-hi siya sa akin. Tapos umalis na ako. Sabi ko, yun na ba yun? Yun na ba yun? Mabubuntis na ba ako? Parang gano'n yung mga jokes. Sabi ng mga kaibigan ko, so okay. So na sila na yung yung mga hindi totoo. Kasi alam naman nila pag totoo yung sinasabi. Hayaan nila yung chismis. Pero pag hindi totoo yan. Parang medyo talaga, parang ibang klaseng atmosphere naman yung nangyari na parang hindi center of attention naman ako.
Sabi na you've made it na pag pinag-uusapan ka.
Oo nga.
I never wanted to.
The it girl. The it girl ka bigla. Everything was happening to you.
Si Jella, gumaganong-ganon.
Parang sa loob, kami, sumali nga ako sa parang, actually, napilitan akong isali dun sa cheering competition. Yung parang intrams sa MASCO. Gusto ko sa pep squad lang ako sisigaw. Kasi medyo, I was a bit tall. Mga maliliit na babae yung mga sabi nila, kailangan doon nila mga lifters. So, napilitan ako sumali. Medyo yung suot namin nun. Lift na ganon.
Cheering.
Oo. Ang puti nito. Ang puti nito.
Yun na nga. Hindi mo makikita dito.
Maputi. Okay.
Palagi naglalakad to school, medyo naarawan na yung braso ko. Yung nag-bridge stand akong ganon, umangat. May nag-comment talaga. Kasi pagdaan ko, ang puti pala niya, no? Tago niyo ko. Ayoko po ng ganito.
Akala ko pag bridge stand mo, naku, nabuntis na siya. May bago na naman rumor.
Bago pa lang ako na, hindi pa ganun ka nun. Pero parang, actually doon nang simula na parang, ang tawag sa akin nun, Jelay. Doon ko na ko yung Jelay. Kasi may kaklase ako nun na, nagpakilala ako sa klase sa Jelay ng Jelay. Sabi ko, okay, fine. Parang, hindi kaya gumawa ng nickname ko. Ano pa ang gusto mo?
Naisip ko nga parang Jelay, parang hindi ko naman naririnig dati yun. Ano yun? Bago lang ba naisip ni Arlene ni ate mo yun na ano? Parang,
Kasi ano yun, college yun. Na
College
parang
pala yun,
everybody
okay.
started calling me Jelay. So parang, okay, sige, fine. Wala na akong magagawa eh.
Na-reinvent, ibang tao yung nag-reinvent sa'yo.
Ano, parang hinayaan
Diba
ko na siya.
nag-reinvent sa'yo? Ay,
Oo, di ba?
May mga ano pa nga, may mga itutuksuhin ka kung kani-kanino na hindi mo pa kilala, hindi mo pa nami-meet. So parang uso na nun yung shipping nun eh. So siniship ako with this guy na hindi ko pa nami-meet. Tapos nung nakita ko, sabi ko, uy, papo. Kaso lang, nung nakita ko yung may project yung friend ko. Tapos parang may kailangan silang survey about values. So siya parang nag-fill out siya noon. So sabi, patiin nga ang question parang, what do you think is the parang most predominant values of the Filipino? Lagyan niyo obedient. Ang spelling O-B-I-G-E-N-T. Sabi ko, please lang. Alam kong gwapo siya, pero pwede, wag naman yung isi-ship niyo sa akin. Parang medyo,
Mga nagmamadali lang mag-fill up ng form.
sayang naman. Pero sayang yun kasi, grammar can be taught. Pagiging gwapo, hindi. Sayang naman. Pwede sana turuan, di ba?
true.
Oh.
Kaso lang
Not the first time. Sige, sorry.
Kasi marami pa siyang after that. So, okay, suko na ako. Ayoko na.
Hindi, it wasn't just the spelling.
It wasn't just the spelling. At saka din, pati yung common sense niya medyo wala eh.
Oh man,
So,
okay. Ayun, hindi natin matuturo yan. Mahirap
hindi
na yan.
kung gwapo ka lang. Ganun.
Okay. So, thanks for the time, guys, and thanks for being on the podcast. I wanted to end on a slightly happy note. So may quick fire questions ako to both of you to end the podcast. Don't worry, hindi to spicy questions.
Hindi ba parang kay Tito Boy yan?
No. Hindi.
Lights on, lights off.
Wholesome to. First question for both of you. Favorite order in ERV?
The gravy. Anything with gravy.
Anything with gravy. Good answer.
Pork and gravy.
Ako naman, lasog-lasog na lasagna and
Ayan, lasagna. That's right.
Sunog na barbecue.
Okay,
Barbecue.
yes.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Good answers.
So, lasagna with gravy. Kay
Lasagna.
Hindi, barbecue. Sa barbecue mo yung ilalagay gravy.
Natawa ko dun sa pork with gravy. Yeah. Sorry, shoutout nga pala sa sa 27,000 viewers that include Mr. Dexter Ramirez and
Yun.
Jefferson Pagsisiyan.
Hoy, marami tayo today,
Oo nga, thanks for viewing, guys. Thanks for
Guys,
viewing.
Oh.
Ito, next question. If you can, for 1 month, have chosen a boyfriend nung high school, who would that person be? Just one.
Yun.
For 1 month lang. 1 month lang kayo na boyfriend kayo. Tapos na.
Bawal
And then
mag-skip dito, Dapat may sagot.
Oo. Ano na lang, parang let's say maging kayo for a month and then walang makakaalam, walang makakaalala na naging kayo. Parang it was just for 1 month na kayo lang. Parang gano'n.
Pwede yung phone a friend. Hermes,
Sino yung recommend
din? Bagay sa akin. Wala akong
Again,
pakialam.
this is
Teka lang.
Good answer. Safe answer. Safe answer. Any answers? Wala? Bianca?
What do you call it?
3 decades ago na to, guys. 3 decades ago.
Game.
Wala talaga akong wala akong boyfriend material para sa akin.
Wait lang.
Pero yung boyfriend material eh.
Meron yan, Jella.
Wala kasi tingin ko nga sa inyo parang sabi ko nga never ako magkaka-boyfriend.
Hindi, 1 month nga lang eh. So kumbaga yung 1 month na yun.
Hypothetical lang.
Hypothetical.
Siya.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kahit hypothetical, ayaw talaga. Parang higher batch, upper batch siguro.
Hindi yun yung tanong.
Bene 97, that 97 show tayo.
Sige, habang nag-iisip si Jella. Sige, Bianca.
Bianca, meron ka ba?
Okay. This is a bit embarrassing to but Okay, fine. I mean, I guess we're all mature din naman.
Yes, of course.
Sai, it would have been interesting 1 month.
Oo nga.
Mhm.
Yeah, that would have been interesting nga. Yeah. Parang
Yeah.
ano yun. Parang tingin
But
ko
but
kaya.
but Bernice is okay with stuff like that. I mean, like it doesn't like
Oo naman.
donkeys
yeah.
years ago. So
Every morning I talk to Burns about the episode. So,
okay,
walang
okay.
masaya.
Madali ma-juggle ni Sai yung schedule with girlfriend and
Ah,
ano.
no.
And, kasi
Hindi.
busmate kayo eh. So madali for him. May football.
No, I'm not
Pwede
talking
ka-
about sharing now.
Pwede ka
I'm
tumambay sa library habang nagfo-football kami. So I think it would have worked out for more than a month. Tingin ko pwede yun.
saying. Oo.
Sorry.
Gago ka, Exy. Walang iya ka.
Sige, ako na lang, para nakakawa naman eh. Sige, ako na lang.
Walang iya ka, Exy.
Ayan.
Pero
Naipasok pa na yun
it's
eh.
ni Arian, si Mel Danan, right? Don't you guys remember that?
Oo nga, no?
Yes, I do remember that.
Oo
Yeah,
nga, no?
That's
Oo.
right. That's right.
Funny naman din naman si Arian eh.
Yeah, oh.
Funny.
Funny.
Bas ko din yan.
Funny looking.
No, funny. Hindi naman.
Ah.
Hindi naman funny look.
Ayun,
Funny
okay.
naman.
Naging din pala natin si Arian. Sige na nga siya na nga lang din para ano. May sagot
Yeah.
Naging
ako.
school bus natin, si Arian?
Pero,
I mean,
yes.
Oo.
Okay.
nothing against Arian, pero Arian and you, parang babagay kaya yon? Parang hindi kaya yata kayo I mean, you're both gay people, but it doesn't seem like it's almost like mixing plod with stripes.
Maybe.
Parang
Maybe
Madugong
that,
1 month yun. Madugong 1 month.
Baka ano yun, yung parang one of those unhealthy relationships.
what? Sorry?
One of those unhealthy relationships.
Kaya nga secret, di ba?
Kaya nga secret.
Ka 1 month lang.
Okay, sorry, Sai.
Mental.
I have one last question. I don't want it na maging mahabang answer, but I just want to piece together the mystery lang din talaga. So I just need short answers lang for this one. Where were you nung may napossess sa batch natin nung third year tayo? I just want to know where you guys were nung nangyari yung incident.
I was near her.
We are near.
I was
The
talagang, kasi I think she was my classmate, so I was there. I saw it happening. I was in front of her.
Oh my
Tara.
So,
Yung mukha ni Ace.
yeah.
Ay, hindi na pala short answer.
Actually,
No. No, okay yun, okay. We'll save it. We'll save the information.
I almost got possessed din.
Oo, di ba? Ikaw rin yata. Yeah, I remember that.
Ako sa HE room.
Oh,
nag-grocery lahat. I would hear dito sa tenga ko. Tapos yung our father ko, tapos nasa pangatlong Hail Mary na sila. Tapos biglang gaganon ako ni Marita, parang, uy, tapos kasi gumaganon-ganon ako. Tapos pinalabas kami. Si Marita at si Yvette were helping me out. Tapos nung parang papunta kami sa East Wing, ayaw gumalaw ng pa ako. So yung CVE teacher natin, Mr. Sandueta, binuhat ako. Tapos dinala ako dun sa East Wing. Tapos nung biglang nakita ko nga si Tara, nung pala, may narinig ako sumigaw sa taas. Sabi ko, Tara! Tapos nakita ko siyang gumaba. Sabi ko, oh shit! Kasi may ginawa kaming katarantaduhan nun eh. Kami spirit of the ring.
Okay yung nga yun. Kinikwento ni Ben the other day. Anong Saturday, di ba?
Ay,
Kasi someone was playing daw yung spirit of something.
Yeah, kami ni Tara yung supposed to be sabi nung explanation ng pare, kami medyo religious type. Mas religious sa grupo namin. So kami yung in-attack. Parang gusto nila ng challenge.
Oh my goodness.
Pero I would never forget that.
I think magiging guest ka ulit, Angela. And you, Bianca.
Okay.
We will discuss this in further detail in a future episode.
Halloween ba yan?
Stand by, guys. Stand by. We will announce it Not soon. Hindi pa soon. But we will announce it. Magkakaroon tayo ng episode. I would like to plan for an episode na dito. Sa pakin. Grabe. Ito naman, nire-resolve natin yung issues. Dinadagdagan mo yung issues. Talaga.
LQ.
Actually, mabait sa akin si Arian dati.
Yeah. Arian yan eh.
Susunod sa mga nangaasar sa ibang tao pero hindi niya ako inaasar.
Arian yan eh. Best guy. Cute naman talaga. Okay. Gopings yan si Arian.
Medyo, ano bang business niya?
Sorry.
Diba, ice cream ba?
Alright. Okay, thanks guys. Bianca, Jenna.
No problem.
Grabe.
Umabot tayo ng 12 midnight. Woo!
I can't believe umabot pa rin tayo ng midnight.
I know.
Yes, no. Super thanks.
Thank you so much for the time and thank you so much for thank you Bianca for waking up super early and ikaw Angela, thank you for taking the time off sa work din kahit paano medyo nakalusot tayo ng konti.
Check lang ako ng check kung may bagong ticket. Wala naman.
Okay, that's good. We super appreciate you guys sharing, in the episode and I hope kung meron pang mga may issues dyan from high school, some people contacted Bianca and apologized to her. Credit to those guys. If you have sobrang tagal na guys, I think we've moved past all of the problems. We can talk to each other now. Maayos yung usapan. And I'm so happy that the both of you are also happy then. And everything worked out and still working out na. Parang
happy and healthy. Yeah.
Happy and healthy. Oh, Angela, grabe. Ingat ka na please. Please watch your diet and your
true.
Oh.
Exercise na nga ako. Fitbit na nga
Aba, yun may device na, may device.
Kasi bumayat na ako before the pandemic eh.
Naging pandemic eater. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I gained weight then during the pandemic. Kasi 'di ba, syempre shelter in place tayong lahat, 'di ba? Parang
hindi ako doon sa mga nag-bake ng pandemic.
Natuto ka mag-bake ng pandemic. Ako rin natuto ako magluto tsaka mag-bake ng pandemic.
Kami ni Ace natutong kumain nung pandemic.
si Kay din nag-bake.
Oo, I know.
Yung pa isa, umu-order pa kami kay Kay.
Ay, yes, that's right. Oo nga pala. Ayun. So again, thank you guys so much. We appreciate you coming on the episode.
Thank you for your insights.
Yes.
Sakto mag-break na ako dun sa opisina.
Okay. Nawala si Bianca.
Babalik yan ulit. But thanks Jella. Parang kumbaga, I'm so happy that ako personally yung goals ko for this episode ay na-achieve naman namin ni Ace.
Actually, yung una ko kinausap ni Ace, mga nung na-explain na niya, okay na ako. Pero nung una parang, di ba parang ina-others nyo na naman kami niyan?
Anong binabalak mo dito?
Di parang, kailangan mo pang i-bring up yan? Parang, ina-others mo na naman kami. Tapos parang, yun nga, in-explain niya sa akin yung purpose. Like, okay, sige. I'm sure naman kasi
ayaw tumigil talaga nito eh.
At buti nandun si Hermes. Actually, gusto ko nga siya i-message na mag-join dito. Kasi
medyo kahit pa paano nag-hold yung hand mo ni Hermes.
But
thanks for that.
Pero ikaw, Jella, like how did you find the episode? Ano naman? Like, sabi mo nga yung from initial thoughts mo about how this would go. I mean,
it was a lot of fun. At saka yung parang medyo kumbaga parang I knew about Bianca's experience to a certain extent as an outsider pa rin. Pero kumbaga may empathy ako doon. Pero at the same time, I didn't know how far it went.
Yeah.
If I didn't hear it, parang actually akong sinabi nga niya, 'di ba, parang it's okay, girl. Pero kung sabihin lang niya na galit pa rin siya, sige. Habang 100 pounds pa ako. Habang malaki pa ako, sige.
parang kayo sabihin, hindi, hindi okay eh. Parang hindi okay eh. Di ba? Kahit sabihin mo okay.
Pero yun nga, pero parang parang, yun nga, it's been how many years? I mean, siya, buti nga sa kanya may nag-apologize. Sa akin kasi, ina-add lang nila ako sa Facebook. Masaya na. Masaya na ako doon.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to apologize kasi at most of the time naman lumalaban naman ako eh. Kung hindi man ako lumaban noon.
Kasi parang sabagay, pag add sa'yo, bang bygone, parang na yan eh.
Actually nga may nagtanong nga sa akin, bakit mo in-accept? Eh di ba dati inaano ka niyan? Tagal na nun. Tsaka gusto ko din malaman kung ano, kamusta na buhay niya. Kasi baka mamaya, kawawa na, yung kumbaga ako, ito yung buhay ko, siya nandito. O di ba, pwede ko siya pagkawalan.
Parang ano ka na, bubulihin mo na lang siya dun sa, in silence.
Sabi nga ng kapatid ko, we were talking about it. Everybody, like kami magkakapatid, we all bullied someone without knowing it. Ako, yung pambubuli ko sa ibang tao, hindi ko man sinasabi sa kanila. Pero I would look at them and like think about them in a bad way. Like, this girl's a bitch. Etong lalaking to, gago talaga to. Parang at the same time, parang yung pag nakakasalubong ko sila, hindi ko silang ingitian. Unlike yung mga other people na ano. So parang at the same time, parang I know I've thought bad things about other people. Hindi ko lang na-voice out.
Yeah.
So parang yun. I don't think I don't remember na kung sino, pero kung taga UST. Oo, Arian, taga UST nga siya. Pero tama si Hermes, sa dun boss ko siya nag-high school.
So hindi chismis yun. Totoo pala yun. Okay.
College sa UST siya nung college.
Okay. Ayun.
Pero doon boss ko siya nung ano. At nagpakita siya sa school kasi may NCAA South basketball player siya.
Ay, gwapo daw sabi ni Hermes. Okay.
Lahat ko naging boyfriend ko at mga crush ko. Eventually, crush din niya.
Eh, syempre, same taste kayo. Same taste. Ayun.
Alam ko kung bakit ko kilala Arian. Kasi kinukwento ka rin niya sa akin.
Okay. Iba pala to si...
Yun iniwan ni Guy si friend ko para kay Jella.
Okay.
May backstory doon. Iniwan naman niya ako para doon sa babae. So ano lang.
Sa iba naman.
Balikan lang.
Sa iba or bumalik siya?
Mahilig siyang ganun.
Nagsisisi si Arian. Ang dami niya sinasabi. Nagsisisiya niya. Anyway, thanks Angela. Thanks so much. Ayaw na daw. Huwag na daw. Quiet na.
Sabi ko sa'yo friends tayo, di ba?
Yes. Okay. Thanks Angela. Thanks for coming on.
Super.
Sobrang thank you for doing this with us, and we appreciate the time that you gave us today.
Yes, super.
Ayan, medyo may issue nga sa'yo. Nakakwento ka sa akin.
Nakawapama.
Guy na yun, we're still friends.
Okay. That's good. Good to hear. Kami pa pinagbibitan. We'll get to it. Okay, Angela. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, Angela. Thanks. Ikaw, Arian, kaya ka tinatawag na troll ni Ace eh.
Grabe. Pati sarili niya matotroll eh. Pero sinabi, talentado to eh. Bully daw tayo. Kaya daw siya sumama sa varsity para hindi na siya mabully. Lalo daw na-bully. Ulul, ikaw pinakamalaking bully sa Bene football team nung high school, nung 4th year. Lagi yan si Arian. Wow. Wow, we got through that.
Oo. And happy ako. Sobrang happy ako sa episode.
Yes.
Super nice.
I was syempre I kind of was expecting nga yung kasi si Bianca, nagte-text kami ni Bianca before the episode na, and yun nga nabanggit nga niya yung she didn't mention the stories, but she mentioned yung how she felt nga nung high school. So medyo I was treading lightly, especially on how paano tayo magiging light in the episode, and yung how we'll make it humorous pa rin kahit papaano.
Yeah. Kasi she
And
revealed more than what she texted,
yes,
diba? So, mabigat
tama.
talaga in a way yung...
Medyo mabigat. I didn't know, I didn't know about yung stories na yun. I had forgotten yung braces. Ang naalala ko kasi braces was the normal braces. I had forgotten the headgear. And, I mean, yun nga, as I mentioned kanina, parang if you had that talagang, at some point, you'll be a target talaga. But, yun na, it's so, I guess, parang, it's such a good feeling to know na she's in a good place. And she's,
Yeah.
parang she's very forgiving and accepting even though may ganong memories, and at least na-appreciate niya yung mga good things that she has now and the good things that she had then. So,
yeah. Tsaka
sobrang
yung...
okay.
Oh, sa totoo lang yung sinishare. Kasi ako, I strongly believe yung partly yung sinasabi nga niya na yung because of it's how bad it was, yun yung nalimutan lang niya. But I think I can honestly say na like God really wiped away that pain and those memories na parang kumbaga
Para hindi siya mag-dwell. Hindi siya
shield
mag-dwell
na siya
dun.
ni Lord from
Yeah.
that 'di ba? So to be able for her to move forward, parang ganoon.
I wanna go back lang sa sandali dun sa yung sinindak ka ng upper batch. Kasi may wala akong memories nun, pero parang alam ko may nangyari din sa akin na similarly na gano'n. And naalala ko yung takot ka pababa ka ng bus, papasok ka nung gate, tapos parang
Makikita mo lang siya, 'di ba? Parang
feeling mo may nakaabang na sa'yo, pero parang looking back, parang bobo natin ng time na parang ang bata natin ng time na yun, grabe.
up to think 1 year ahead lang pala yun. Parang alam mo yun, parang,
Yun na, di ba?
parang we put so much,
Tarantado talaga. Gago talaga.
Parang-
Ayaw talaga tayo tigilan ito.
so,
Pero-
yung kasi, yeah, hindi sa akin kasi, hindi man binawian, pero parang binawian ko siya kasi I wanted it to stop eh. So, yung kinakapatid ko, 4th year. Tapos, ano pa siya, parang yung mga sobrang siga nung batch nila. So, sinumbong ko kasi nga, parang I didn't want to deal with it eh. Alam mo yun, yung parang...
Saka how were we supposed to deal with it at the time, di ba?
Bagay, oo.
Di ba? Parang,
Diba?
tayo, forum tayo, di ba? Wala namang ganun eh.
Oo. Kasi mula nun, pag mapapalapit sa, yung ganun, tititigan ka, yung, di ba, yung, on a different day, di ba? Parang,
Oh, yeah.
alam mo ginawa ko sa inyo? Parang ganun, di ba? So, and they were just like picking on me just because of the way I stood and walked.
Oh, yeah, the way you look kasi
Parang ganun.
yung resting bitch face mo kasi medyo di ba?
Yung
Naka-scowl ka ng konti.
But
diba?
it was more of yung siguro how I walk, I don't know, ganun.
Yung tindig mo.
Yung
Yung
tindig.
musician stance mo. Yung musician stance.
So, parang ewan ko ba, di ba? So, wala. So, inaway talaga nung kinakapatid ko since nung nalaman niya, sinugod niya, sabi nasa niya, so sinugod nung buong grupo nila. Talagang, so parang, ganun lang. So, parang, tahimik. Parang ganun yung nangyari.
And then tapos na. Natapos na.
Oo.
Ano na naman to? Ano na naman, pare?
Kaya kasi.
Si Adam. Si Adam. Shout out to Adam Amora. Pag si Adam, wala na. It's over. Boy, si Hermes grabe talaga yung hatak ni Hermes, oh. Grabe. Grabe yan.
Oy.
Grabe yan. Grabe yung hatak na yan.
Nagmakaawa ako niyan nagmakaawa ako niyan sa kay mommy noon, naalala ko yun. Binili pa namin sa ATC bandang hindi gift gate eh. Basta dun sa
para mga novelty shops dun sa
naalala ko yun eh. Basta yung tapat ng Alabang sa Pote, one of those stores, naalala ko yun eh.
Grabe. Ayun. I mean, overall, I think that was a good episode. I think we at some point we had to have the talk. Kumbaga. I mean, we didn't need the talk
We didn't
pero
need
parang
to, but tama. I mean, like ako, sabi ko, di ba, parang, di ba, yung point nga kanina, kay Angela, di ba, like, okay. So, misunderstood lang talaga. Like, she really didn't care if she was,
oh, yeah.
di ba? She was walking alone, parang, di ba, kung isipin ng tao na, may loner lang to, walang may gustong maging friend or something, di ba? Parang, hindi pala ganun, di ba? Parang, di ba? But at the same time, ako naman, when she was sharing, yun nga, parang, di ba sabi niya sa school, sobrang, siya, parang, wala siyang pake sa itsura niya, ganyan. Tapos, baliktad naman pag-uwi niya, yung ganun. So,
parang doon na yung totoong mundo niya.
Iba rin,
doon,
parang iba rin
the,
eh.
the, the world that mattered to her was outside Bene. Yeah.
Yeah, so iba rin yung parang kanya-kanya lang talaga. 'Di ba?
And so, ako, I definitely learned more now about si Angela and Bianca. And ikaw din, I think mas naiintindihan natin sila compared to yung interactions natin sa kanila in the past. I hope yung 20,000 viewers na nag-stay din na yun and yung mga nanonood kanina, I hope you guys
thanks Yeah. I mean,
appreciate
ako ngayon,
you guys viewing.
Ngayon, mas naintindihan ko na rin si Aryan eh. Yung pag ganun, nagaganon siya sa atin, ganun. So, may pinagdadaanan lang pala.
May pinagdadaanan pala na siya,
so,
si Aryan.
naintindihan ko na. Kala mo, Aryan
bullied daw kasi biktima pa siya eh. Nakakainis yung biktima siya eh. Ay, nako.
Sige na.
Reminder on the upcoming events sa Bene College Alabang is celebrating its golden founding anniversary this July, 50 years na. There's an open invite for another 50esta activity, bingo night on May 27, Friday, 7 p.m. Via Zoom. Details are in Once Abedan, Always Abedan Facebook page.
Curious ako dyan.
Ayan, bingo.
Sorry,
yung mga prizes.
Curious ako dyan. Paano kasi sigaw ng bingo sa Zoom, no? Na-curious lang ako kanina. Iniisip ko yun.
Pag sumigaw ka ng bingo, parang
sabay kayo or something.
Para malaman kung sumigaw ka nga ng bingo, kung ikaw yung sumigaw ng bingo.
Yeah.
Okay na. Diba? Wala ka lang. 250 pesos, good for 5 games yung card. Deadline of purchase is on Wednesday, May 25. We have our Bene 97 Batch General Assembly on Sunday, 11 a.m. sa Alabang. Probably Molito or Town, or could be somewhere else, maybe Westgate.
Yeah,
yung
most
venue
likely
is to
Molito
be
area.
Alabang area. That's May 29, Sunday, 11 a.m. Batch 97 General Assembly.
Punta kayo, guys.
Punta kayo. Kita-kita tayo sa Sunday, guys. Mga vaccinated dyan at mga libre daw ni Sai. Bakit libre ni Sai? Talaga.
Hindi si Aryan.
SBCA at 50 public launch event, Once Abedan, Always Abedan on August 12 to 14 in ATC Activity Center. December 3, Saturday, that's the 2022 Grand Alumni Homecoming. That's for all the batches. December 3, Saturday yon. For our batch 97, we have the Bene 97 High School Batch Reunion 25th year, exclusive to us on December 4, Sunday. December 4, Sunday yon. Venue also to be announced. Again, guys,
file na kayo ng leave ng December.
File na ng leaves ng Monday, December 5. Ayun ang recommendation natin. Again, just to remind everyone, if you wanna support the podcast para matuloy namin isa ito with the platform that we're using, please...
financial support to, guys. Hindi yung, kaya nyo yan, guys. Hindi ganun.
Kaya naman namin mag-pat ng back na. Pero if you want to provide financial support to that 97 show, send us a message.
Just to pay for the platform. Yeah.
Just to pay for the platform lang, yun lang naman yung kailangan namin. It's a monthly payment that we do. So if any little bit helps, sana matulungan niyo kami to continue this. If nag-enjoy kayo.
Yun.
Ayun. Uy, ano yan? Uy,
Batangas
pili ka
or
Batangas or Lucena?
Batangas. Pero maganda yan, isang trip. okay ako dyan.
May road trip, tayo.
Oo,
May road
road
trip.
trip. Pwede.
Ayun. Alright. That's it.
Yep.
That's Cyril Saron.
And this is Ace. Pwede ba tayo magdikit ng...
I think kaya natin yan. Oh, hey!
Yee!
Oh, there you go.
Yee!
And this has
Baguhan
been That
97!
Show.
Sound effects.
Oo nga, sound effects. Ano ba sound effects ko dito? Ano? Booing yan,
Parang-
booing.
Hindi sila hindi masaya yung audience.
Pangit pala, dapat pala yun. Thanks guys.
Sige.
See you next Monday for another episode of That 97 Show. Bye-bye.
Bye.